So, hello everybody, and we are going to start now. Yeah, hello everybody, and we are going to start now. Uh, yeah, because I really need to adjust whatever I'm going to say here, but you get the idea, isn't it? But uh, but but I think we can go with live right now. So let's go. All right. So hello everybody. This is me. And how do I say? Good morning. I'm Dana Suguwa, your host. Your host today for the Orion Integrity spacecraft. This Artemis II brief update. Day number two mission, where we are going to see the uh, we are we're going to see the TLI burn, yeah, the translunar injection burn, which the Orion will depart from depart from Earth orbit, heading to the moon. So let's go. For the live right now, I'm not going to be that much longer here. Let's go. Okay, so they are now proceeding for copy to go for the burn there. Yeah. And speaking about which, I need to adjust here. All right. Just give me a little bit of time. Okay. Okay, so here how it's go. How it goes here. Hmm. Yeah, maybe I'll just keep it there. Okay. Okay. So I should put here. Yeah. Okay. So this is it. I should be good. Okay. All right. Okay. So here, this is it, and you can keep. Hello. If you're watching today, you're really watching on the Artemis II crewed moon mission. This one is the just a brief update for day number two. We are going to see the translunar injection burn will start around 10 minutes from now. Yeah, it should be around 10 minutes or less from now, where we are going to see the translunar injection burn will start, which the Orion spacecraft, specifically the Orion Integrity spacecraft, with the serial number CMS-003, is going to heading towards the moon, departing from Earth orbit. So this is what we are going to see. And so far, this is practically inside these Orion spacecraft. I mean, not really all inside. It's more like outside here. You're looking right now at the sunshine. All right. And this is what we are doing so far. Yeah, the update will be pretty brief, but we might see anytime soon will happen. But there's also going to be some other kinds of activity. For example, like the downlink activity will start around 2 hours, but I don't think it's probably too much worth to cover about that one. Yeah, probably it's better to get a little bit of relax here and there. Maybe maybe I have another. Maybe I should just do like this. Okay, and probably I'll just keep the music off, or maybe I'll just keep it there. Oh, okay, okay. This one, right?
Integrity, roughly 1 minute left in our maneuver to burn attitude.
Okay, just 1 minute left before. Okay, 1 minute left before the burn altitude. Oh, is it okay? Okay, I believe this is much better. We shall see. There's another one here. All right. Okay, and so far, it looks like there's not going to be any kind of NASA commentator to give us a bit of um I mean there is one but unlikely to be active that much here. So maybe we can give a little bit of rundown, I believe. From from yesterday there is like slew tons of perigee waste burn. There's also the apogee waste burn and what's on. That's actually what happens around yesterday. Post How do I say, after the launch of the Artemis II. Okay, and
Integrity, Orion is in burn attitude.
all right. So Orion spacecraft is in uh is in right now is in altitude in the position to finally start the tail eye burn maneuver, the translunar injection burn. So we're gonna see that if there is something indicated. If you see some kind of exhaust there, it means that the activity start. But for now, roughly we will have around 5 minutes from now or six, depending on which one. We shall see that soon. All right. All right. So there is another one. Mhm. All right. Okay. And so for now, we just go and relax because this is quite a casual stream. I don't intend this to be too serious, but this is just to give us quick update what's happening with them as the missions goes by. Hmm. All right. So let's take a little bit of break here. I'm yet to take any kind of breakfast. And today in Sarawak in Borneo, it would be around 7:45, 24 a.m. here. It's it's 3 April 2026. Yeah, 3rd April 2026. Just to give you a little bit context of the time, date and time we are in right now. Yeah, so should be good. Mhm. All right, let's just wait again. Until then, I'll just keep the mics off for now. Oh man, I did another weird mistake. I call it CMS dash 003, right? It's CM dash 003 for the serial number of the Orion Integrity spacecraft. I'm even talking about. Wow, it's okay. Fortunately, I actually catch my mistake here while reading around around the article about this one. Oh, thank goodness I did read this. Okay, I believe this is part of this is our Earth right now. Okay, looks like they are also going to ready to start the burn around this perigee, uh, uh, around this perigee area just to slingshot, just to give it some slingshot to uh energy to go to the moon. Yeah, to go to the moon. So let's see. Okay, I think by now, anytime soon, we just need to hear any kind of call or the visual indicator. Oh, oh, looks like we might already start the. Oh, oh, what interesting.
Integrity, good engine, good control.
All right, looks like we have start of the TLI burn, the translunar injection burn. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. Whoa. Y- I just want to say about the visual indicator, which means on the live view, but it turns out it's already there. Okay, okay. So you can see how they actually control. Yeah, and so far still good, even though oh,
Integrity, looking good.
okay, still looking good so far. But you can see the maneuver control, and right now still passing by our Earth. You can see. Here we go.
Integrity, we copy the enabled caution, no crew action. Integrity, similar caution, no crew action.
Okay, so for now, no crew action or intervention is required so far, and the burn will still commence until less than five. Sorry, yeah, the burn will still commence until less than 2 minutes from now. So yeah, this translunar lunar injection burn it will last for 6 minutes, and for now, the burn has the burn has already currently proceeding more than 4 minutes. So we shall see it's going to be burned out pretty soon. As you can see, the maneuver and control looks pretty good as well. Okay, so by now, according to the live update that I got from Dutch Space's web app for the Artemis, the TLI burn should have already done by now. We shall hear that soon from the telemetry call out. All right, you can see there.
Integrity looks like a good burn. We're confirming.
Okay, so looks like the TLI burn has already commenced, and the I believe should be the OMS engine, or maybe one of the thruster. It has already commenced its shutdown, right on time. So yeah, it looks like we have confirmation. Huh. Yeah, looks like we have confirmation here. For one thing's for sure. All right. All right. I don't know. Ooh. Okay, by now we've already done that part, and yeah, and there's not much else interesting activities we can show you for sure, but it is what it is. Okay, and maybe I'll just keep this scrolling just a little bit until another 20 minutes, I believe. From yeah, until 20 minutes. Just we'll still keep watching this one in case you want to see the how beautiful the view is it. You can see there. There's Earths and also our planet Earths and also Sun. Look at that. How's about that? Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that view. Actually, you know what? Probably it's just better just chilling around for now. Just look what happened as Orion still around the Earth's orbit. But again, it's already done its trajectory. It's done its translunar injection burn. So well, we're gonna enjoy that view while it lasts before finally we'll see it on the moon. No, sorry, around the moon. Yeah, what am I wanna say here? Oh, still up, still update here and there. Just look at that.
And Houston Integrity, we just wanted to share a little bit of the sentiment up here as we came around the planet, and we're zooming over just 100 nautical miles above it, if you got a moment.
Please, Jeremy, we are all ears.
Okay, so let's hear what they're going to say.
Well, with that successful TLI, the crew's feeling pretty good up here on our way to the moon, and we just wanted to communicate to everyone around the planet who's worked to make Artemis possible that we firmly felt the power of your perseverance during every second of that burn. Humanity has once again shown what we are capable of, and it's your hopes for the future that carry us now on this journey around the moon.
All right, great wishes.
Thank you for those words.
All right, so this is one of the astronauts, one of the four crew astronauts inside it actually says it. And yeah, once again, we, we are going back to the moon for now. Yeah, fortunately, everything looks fine. Looks great here. And Don't ask me why my avatar mouth doesn't move. Probably because I eat something like that. Yeah, probably I because I'm eating and then it doesn't want
Integrity,
to
2
detect.
minutes
So yeah.
until a TDRS West to TDRS East handover.
All right. So there's going to be a TDRS handshake.
Integrity copies.
Okay, TDRS handshake, TDRS. It really stands for Tracking Data and Relay Satellite System. So it's going to handshake over from the Tidris West to the Tidris East. So we are going to see that. We are, sorry, apologies. We are going to see that handshake soon enough, less than 2 minutes from now. All right. All right. All right. Okay, and not so much else update here, but we still can chill around. Let's hear in case anything's being said inside the control here. So yeah, just chill around. This stream is not really like super duper serious stream for now. Not like usually when I do with rocket launchers or making video. This one is more chill one. We just going to learn together. So it is what it is.
Houston Integrity RHC stow is complete.
Okay, so HC stove. Okay, that's a little bit new to me. What they are saying here. Let's see.
Integrity, we copied. RHC stow is complete on TDRS East.
Great, com check.
Okay, so probably hash C really stands for hand over
Houston
communication.
Integrity, we have lost DU2. It appears it may be power cycling with a DAC message of DU2 com fail.
Okay, in this case, it would be logical to say that hash C really stands for handshake communication. So yeah, could be.
Integrity, we copy. We saw that enunciated caution, toggle in and out of alarm. Your go to try and power it up.
And Houston, it was in a power cycle after going down, and it has come back up. We are going to go ahead and understand the prop cautions are no action. They are recurring and going away a few seconds later. We'll stand by for any other troubleshooting words on DU2, but so far it looks Like it's nominal.
Okay, so looks like even though there's some kind of
Thanks, Christina. Good news on DU2. No further actions for you on DU2 reconfig. We'll do any other backside stuff on the ground, and we are taking a look at that prop caution as well.
okay, so looks like
Copy y'all, and copy also the good comp check on Teeters.
okay, so looks like other than some kind of minor hitch here and there with the communication, appears not to be that serious. Okay,
Yes, Christina,
so
good comm
that's
check on Teeters East. And to let you know, we are complete with our post-burn reconfig.
okay. So post-burn reconfiguration looks also complete. Not, I mean, we
Copy y'all.
heard it's complete. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and probably just like the astronauts already, how do I say, configure anything what they need to configure. So I need to reconfigure my VC face. I want to say what's wrong with the face tracking. So excuse me. And this is the live view again, once again, from the Orion Integrity spacecraft. This one outside of it, you can see it's facing the thruster and also the OMS-E, the orbital maneuvering system dash E. That one is also inherited from space shuttle, just in case you want to know. All right. All right.
Integrity, we are maneuvering to the Earth viewing attitude.
All right. So this is already, I've already done my correction here.
Copy and thank you.
All right. So copy and thank you. This is what we are hearing right now. Okay. So I've already done my configuration. I don't know what's happening with the tracking of my VC face here. Not sure what's the error behind it, or but I guess if it's already solved by now, well, it's what it is. Just do some simple troubleshooting, nothing else. All you need to do is just reopen VC face and that's it. Call it a day. So yeah, closing the app and restarting it again. Looks like it's working fine. And speaking of which, maybe that's all. Maybe that's already give me some kind of, I don't know. Should I even mini make just one dedicated tutorial based on this? I guess I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I should do this configuration stuff here. Hmm. still going in and out from the signal.
Integrity, we have completed the cleanup steps from our leak suspected warning that has cleared the board. We've reset FITR, and so now we'll be able to detect any changes per our nominal config.
That's great news, Houston. Thank you.
Okay. Looks like they are able to isolate what's certain problem is it. I'm not going to pretend to know what's the problem, but looks like they've already fixed that, already troubleshoot that problem as well. Okay.
Integrity, 2 minutes to TDRS East to DSN handover.
Okay, so it's going to be another handshake, but this time
See you on the other
between
side.
between the TDRS between the TDRS satellites. Instead, it's going to be handover from TDRS to DSN. So TDRS stands for Tracking Data and Relay Satellite System, and DSN stands for Deep Space Network. So it's basically handover from Tracking Data and Relay Satellite to Deep Space Network. So we are going to hear that soon, around 2 minutes from now. But other than that, I think if there's nothing much else to cover in the ground, maybe we can also end the stream. It's not like I don't want to stream, but well, I have something else to do as well. Probably need some kind of additional amount of rest again. I don't know. So yeah.
Integrity, Houston, comm check on OE1 on DSN Madrid.
Oh yeah. here we go. It's going to be configured for the DSN Deep Space Network Madrid.
We have you loud and clear.
All right.
Copy. We have you the same.
All right. All right. Let's see. Hopefully, we can
We
retrieve
are
better
getting
information
just a
here.
beautiful view of the dark side of the Earth right now, lit by the moon. Phenomenal.
Oh, oh, okay, okay, okay. That's interesting, noteworthy side note here.
That sounds amazing. We hope you're taking some pictures for us.
Yeah, let's hope they already got some
Yeah, none of us can get
camera.
to lunch because we're glued to the window. We're taking pictures. Reid said he just can't take it anymore.
Okay, okay,
That tracks. Thanks, Integrity.
all right. Mm. Oh, we got slight blip of the information there. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so let's see. Still, oh, oh boy. Oh, oh, look at that. Okay, let's listen. If there's no more update around for um up until few few tenths of minutes from now, maybe we can also end the stream because there's nothing else too notable to see other than the earlier on we already saw the translunar injection burn, which actually aligns the Orion Integrity spacecraft, specifically these four astronauts of this Artemis II crew mission. They are going to heading from Earth orbit to finally to the moon. Yeah, they are going to flying flying back to the moon. But it's not going to be that long. It's just like just for a brief fly back fly by back there. So we are going to see. That's enough. But for now, I uh, but but for now we just going to leave this a little bit longer, just tens of minutes. After that, if there's no other updates, maybe I can end the stream. Yeah, I should be able to do that. So Yeah, and remember, this is a bit of chill stream, nothing too serious. Just some brief update, just like my title mentioned. So, if you watch this stream, you already know what you will get. You will exactly get this one with the blue bar there. I don't know. Maybe can chroma key something like that, but that's pretty typical. Don't worry. Just chroma key there and oh, okay, another view there. By now, I believe the Deep Space Network Madrid already captured the signal, but yeah, it's not entirely, how do I say, viewable here. Okay, not entirely viewable, and that's for sure. And here we go.
It's now been 1 day, 1 hour and 50 minutes since liftoff of the Artemis II mission.
Okay, just like what she said, it's already been that one day, already plus 1 days since the launch, and almost approaching 1 day and 1 hour into the flight. And probably just to give you just a bit of quick recap, the Artemis II was launched yesterday. Okay, yes, yesterday, on top the SLS Block 1 rocket. And there is also another interesting picture, if I remember. I'll just uh oh, I'm going to show you guys how it looks like. The We are talking about the picture, pretty picturesque view. If you're very interested to see, here we go. Ah, there's already Wikipedia image with pretty good view there. Okay, still, oh, on the north side. Okay, so this is back practically how it looks like. Yeah, look at this one. Yeah, so this is the launch. not sure why the OBS decided to just randomly disconnect, but whatever. Okay, and you can see the sheer power of the SLS Block 1 rocket there. This one is the picture yesterday. Okay, and in case you are very familiar with the um, if you're very familiar with it, you're not actually daydreaming. This one is actually a shuttle derived, space shuttle derived uh, program. Okay, this one is even hailing back already, like how many decades ago, and then the only closest one before the cancellation of the before the how do I say before the current SLS program, the Space Launch System program, is the Constellation
This is
program.
Artemis Mission Control here at Johnson Space Center in Houston. We are on our way to the moon after a successful translunar injection burn.
Okay.
We are expecting a news conference this evening to discuss the status of the mission at this point, the translunar injection burn itself. That's slated to begin at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It may get a bit of a delayed start.
Integrity, for your information, the PCL pointer is set to slot 2 for post-TLI.
All right. So looks like we will have a press conference.
Okay, copy. Slot 2, on our way.
Well, I
Again,
don't
as I
know.
was mentioning, we are expecting the news conference to start momentarily. If you're watching on YouTube, that news conference will air on this channel and you don't need to go anywhere. We will have that available as soon as it begins.
Oh, there's going to be a press
In the
conference.
meantime, Orion continues to increase its distance from Earth, now approaching 7,000 miles away from the planet. We've also gotten much closer to the moon. Just about 15 minutes ago, we were 240,000 miles away from our lunar neighbor, and now we are approaching 235,000 miles away.
Okay. So looks like I need to search for the conference here. Let me see. Is it the mission coverage? Oh, yeah. Okay, no wonder why stream looks pretty empty here. Oh, never mind. Yeah, so that one is literal view from the Orion. So that's why. Oh, I should just click here. Huh. Should have clicked there. Huh. No wonder. At least there is some kind of visualization, but it's okay. The experience is all right. Yeah, that one's directly view from. Yeah, that one is the direct view from the Orion spacecraft. Just for your information. So no wonder why my ear felt a little bit bleeding hearing from the mission there. It's okay. Okay, because we have the news conference shortly, I'm not going to go anywhere. We are directly just going live here. We will do this until the news conference finish. And I will try to, and as the news conference goes by, I will try see if there's any key detail that we can pick it up from there. Okay, so meanwhile we are waiting, you can see how the mission control looks like. Mm. Also, no worries.
This is Artemis Mission Control. We are standing by for the beginning of today's press conference about the status of the mission and the translunar injection burn. Completed that minute and 50 burn.
Okay, we are going to see
Right
the
on
press
time and
conference,
put us
news
in the
conference
proper
soon. So
position
yeah.
to fly by the moon on flight day 6 and return to Earth on flight day 10.
Okay, so we can also consider this as partly partly a news conference as well, press conference. So we're gonna hear that soon. Standing by. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So a bit yeah. So it's okay though. Just a
This is
just
Artemis
slightly.
Mission
Oh,
Control at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. Again, we had a successful translunar injection burn that commits us to flying around the moon and coming home. Our crew of 4 aboard Orion in their midday meal. And here on Earth, we are standing by for the start of our news conference about the status of the mission. If you're watching on NASA's YouTube, you don't need to go anywhere. We're going to bring that to you right here, and we'll be here in Artemis Mission Control.
all right. So we're gonna. Oh, okay. So it's
Artemis
already
II
beginning
mission
here.
is a test mission of the Orion space capsule.
Artemis II will be the first time we put humans on this rocket.
We're going back to the moon because it's the next step in our journey to Mars.
We were always going to the moon.
Pushing ourselves to explore is just core to who we are. That's a part of being a human.
And liftoff. We shall return.
Continuing to test out every bit of
Oh,
Orion.
cool montage there.
7 miles a second.
When humanity sets big goals, we can bring together genius from around the world.
You have the best people on planet Earth putting this vehicle together.
That's what's up. To innovate for the benefit of humanity and to inspire the world through discovery.
And here we go.
Okay, so this is the press conference here.
Good evening
Let's
and welcome
hear
to
it.
NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston, and welcome to our Artemis II status update. I'm Rachel Kraft with NASA Communications, and I'm joined by several NASA managers this evening to talk about our recent translunar injection burn to send 4 astronauts on the Artemis II mission to the moon, and about how the test flight is going overall. They are Dr. Lori Glaze, who leads NASA's Artemis program, Judd Freeling, Ascent Flight Director for the mission, and Howard Hugh, Orion Program Manager. We'll have some opening remarks and then take questions both from reporters here in the room and on the phone. And those of you who are joining us by phone can press *1 to get into the question queue. And with that, we'll start with Lori.
Great. Thank you, Rachel. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so this one from Dr. Lori Glaze.
Since 1972,
Okay,
during Apollo
so
17,
here we go.
human beings have left Earth orbit. With Artemis II's successful 5-minute and 50-second translunar injection burn this evening, our 4 crew members, NASA astronauts Reid Weisman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen, are now on their trajectory toward the moon. The burn was executed by our flight operations team here in Houston, and it was flawless. The burn was the last major firing of this mission. From this point forward, the laws of orbital mechanics are going to carry our crew to the moon, around the far side, and back to Earth. Our crew is healthy, and our spacecraft is performing really well. After we've had a series of checkouts since launch, and again, everything really performing pretty well. And we are on the path that we designed for this mission. But just a reminder, again, you can hear us keep saying it over and over again, this is still a test flight. We are getting, and we're going to continue to get, lots of new data every day, important information as we continue learning how we're going to operate this Orion spacecraft in the actual space environment. And I'll tell you, we're already learning a lot as we go. We've encountered several things along the way. We're not really tracking anything right now that's of concern, but anything that we've encountered since we've launched was brought to our mission management team today and discussed, and the satisfactory path forward on every case, and a unanimous decision to proceed forward with the go for the translunar injection burn.
All
So you'll
right,
hear a little
good
bit more about
news
some of that
that
here in a minute, all the things that we've been
what
doing.
actually makes them
As a
agree
reminder, we got
to
8
just
days
go
of work
with the
ahead,
TLI
and
burn.
we intend to learn
That's actually
as
good.
much as we
That's
can,
why we
everything that
actually
we can
heard
that
it
this
before.
vehicle can teach us. And with that, oh, let's see, before I do that, we had a couple images we wanted to share. Let's see if we can pull
All
some of those
right,
up.
all right,
I
let's
wanted to share one of
go.
my favorite images. This one I saw
Oh,
last night, actually, as
okay.
I was getting onto the plane to fly here from Florida. This one
Oh,
popped up,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
absolutely love this one. Looking
Also,
out the window,
yesterday,
you
if I
can
remember
see
correctly, I
the
already
solar
did it.
array wing there,
Wow.
and the mains engine from the Orion spacecraft, and then you can see Earth's
Oh,
crust in the
yeah.
back. I just thought it was absolutely gorgeous, with our crew members being able to see out the
Yeah,
window there and get
look at
that
that.
photo. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
And
we
then
we
the
already
second
saw
image I
this
wanted to show
yesterday,
you,
so
you'll hear a lot more from
interesting
Howard
view.
about the proximity operations demonstration that was conducted yesterday evening. And let's see, is that one going to come up?
It's coming back.
It's coming back. There it is. And in this image, you can see Victor Glover on the left there. He was using the manual controls to maneuver the spacecraft.
Oh, yeah, here we
And
go.
then Reid Weisman on the right there
Yeah,
was going
what
up the
what
guns.
actually
So
happens
it was
inside
really, I hope
the
some of you got a
Orion
chance to watch
spacecraft.
that. I
There's
was
actually two
riveted. It
streams
was
if you want to
absolutely
see.
spectacular
What I
to hear
pressed
Victor's
before is the
narration of the whole activity. So
Orion
super cool.
Orion
So with all
viewpoint,
of that,
and this one
I'm
is
going to
the
hand it over to
mostly
Judd, and he can talk us through some of the
oh,
technical details about the flight so
so
far.
and for
All right.
this
Thanks,
specific
Lori.
stream, this
It's
one
been
is
a great
for
couple of days to be in
overall,
the space
not
business.
necessarily inside the
Yesterday,
Orion.
SLS put us right on the
So
money
yeah,
during ascent. We
all
started
right.
with some checkouts by the crew from both the water dispenser and the toilet. Those were successful, and
Okay.
ICPS then burned us with our perigee raise maneuver, got us in a stable orbit. We did have a brief comm outage that was due to a ground issue that we have now rectified, and we understand that's not going to be a problem henceforth. And then, let's see, the ICPS then gave us a great amount of energy, put us in high Earth orbit with the apogee raise burn, again, right down the money. So really happy with that burn. After that, as Lori
Okay, ICP has
mentioned,
already done its job as
Victor
it's
did the
supposed to
prox
be,
ops
and by
demonstration,
now
gave us a lot of great
already
feedback
re-entered back
on
to
how
Earth.
the vehicle responds
Yeah,
in
destructively,
preparation
but
for
it should be good.
future rendezvous operations. So very valuable data. We also checked out all of the carbon dioxide scrubbers, all 3 beds successfully checked out, and CO2 is doing great in the vehicle. We did, once we were done with the prox ops demonstration, the ICPS on its own did the automatic deploy of the 4 CubeSats, and then also ICPS did its disposal burn, and so that all went well. In the middle of the crew sleep, we also had them wake up and do the perigee raise burn, and that was 100% successful. Got us again back into a stable orbit, raised our perigee to about 100 nautical miles. So we're happy with that performance as well. This morning, the crew woke up. They had a conference with
Which
flight
would
control
correspond
team,
around
and our lead
200
flight
plus
director,
kilometers
Jeff Radigan,
of
went over some
the
details
perigee
of
altitude, like he said.
anything that they had, changes to the timeline, which were minimal. They did an exercise test of the flywheel. That was successful. Reid reported that it was exactly like training. His arms are really, really tired, and he got a great cardio workout. So we took some samples of what the carbon dioxide was while we were doing exercise, and that was all great as well. And of course, just a little under an hour ago, we did the translunar injection, which sets us up for the free return around the moon and also for splashdown in San Diego. So with that, I'll hand it over to Howard to give you some more details on the Orion.
All right, thanks, Judd.
All right.
Really excited to be here.
Nice.
What a great 2 days, huh?
Okay, so Dr.
haven't
Judd
slept, I don't think, very
Friedland
much
already
over the last
done.
24 hours,
And now we
just
are
following
hearing
all the
the
things that happened
Dr.
for the Orion
Howard
spaceship.
Hu.
We
I
had a
hope I
perfect
pronounced
ride
her.
uphill,
Sorry,
got
his
into
name
orbit,
correctly.
spent a good
So yeah,
day, just
and even
checking out systems
pronounced the
and
title
getting
correctly
ready
as
for
well.
TLI that
So
we
I'm
already
sorry
talked
if I
about, and
did that
a
wrong.
successful TLI and a really great precision burn that we just had. But I'll talk about the things that we accomplished yesterday. Yesterday, as you know, we did a proximity operations demonstration with a centerline camera and with a spacecraft. I call it test driving the car. It's been an awesome event for all the engineers and the team that's worked on it to hear Victor and Reid talk about our spaceship and the work that we put in to put into this capability for manual flying. I would say that, first of all, we accomplished all the test objectives that we set out for this
All
proximity
right,
operation.
so
We had
that's
2
actually good.
precision tests. And I'll
Proximity
describe a little bit about what
operations,
those
the prox
were.
ops mission already
But
done.
I'll send
All
a
of
picture
the
first
all
to
of it.
show you and
Great.
describe. This is a very
Okay.
close-in picture, these 3
Yeah,
pictures.
that
The,
one. If
I
you
guess,
if you
upper
in case you
left
want to
of the
know.
picture
This
is
one
our
is from
centerline
yesterday
docking
as well.
target right in
We
the middle. It's a
already
standoff cross that you'll
covered
see. It's
this.
a 2-foot wide target. This is the target that we're
Nice.
going to use for future missions. So this is the exact flight configuration that we would use. So it was really important that we got that on the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. So we were able to get that on that stage. And what we do, as I describe it, is as we separate from the ICPS, we do a backflip, 5 degrees per second, and we back away all the way as far in this demonstration was about 400 feet. And that back away
400
scenario,
feet,
that allows us to have a good
around
standoff, understand
100
we're pretty far away,
meters.
not this picture, but I'll talk a little bit about where this is going. Then we start doing what I call course manual piloting. And this allows, and you might have heard this, what Victor was doing was basically moving side to side with the spaceship, up and down, and then doing the rotation pitch, roll, yaw, making sure that the response from the spacecraft and the performance is what he's seen. And the reason it's course is because you're so far away at 400 feet that you want to make sure you have big maneuvers so you can see the target going out of your field of view a little bit, okay? So that's what we did at the initial part, and then we slowly started coming in and approaching the vehicle. And that picture that you see in the upper left side is almost
upper
to
left side.
33 feet. It's about 40 feet away, I think.
The
And that's where we will do what I call
33,
fine manual
40
piloting.
feet,
So we're
around
just doing
10
a little bit
meters
of
away.
the same thing, side to side, up and down, doing the pitch, roll, and yaw maneuver and handling. And you heard that if you watched closely, and some great commentary. Especially, it was heartwarming to hear. I know I talked to some of our team members today, to hear that how well their baby worked, operating precisely.
Yeah.
That is exactly what we wanted to do, holding the attitude and being able to maneuver very well.
Nice.
Described, I think, just very excitedly by
So altitude is
Reid
holding
and
pretty
both,
well.
Reid and Jeremy. Reid and
Even the
Victor.
maneuver
I think
looks
it's
pretty
really
good.
a great a moment for all of us who had been working in this arena to get this demonstration off. And of course, that wasn't the end of it. We did back away to about 65 feet, and we let the ICPS do a maneuver, and then we had another target, what we were calling
Around
this
16,
two-dimensional
17
target. So it
meters.
didn't have a standoff cross like we
Yeah,
did
something like that.
on the ICPS nose. What we did was add a good 2-degree target or 2-dimensional target on the spacecraft, on the ICPS, and then we did the same maneuver, but a little different. This maneuver was what we call 6-degree of freedom maneuver, where we were tracking and also maneuvering by rotating as well. So you're translating and rotating
freedom
at the same
maneuver.
time, and that allowed you to have a
6
different
DOF
characteristic
maneuver.
of the vehicle performance in a manual piloting approach. And we were also able to go to this 33-foot range. So really important demonstration of both the fine and coarse handling of the spaceship
33
for
feet
future
range,
missions as we go forward. And
which
that
should
was
have already
something that
corresponding
we
to
wanted to make sure we bought down some risk. And you saw the images of the
should be
centerline camera,
corresponding into
and the
around
performance was outstanding. And of course, the crew was
around
outstanding. They did a terrific job. I
around
actually flew the simulator. I did not
probably around eight
qualify
and a
for
half
this mission,
meters.
unfortunately.
So
So
yeah,
I definitely wasn't ready for this kind of mission, but
all
Victor
right.
just did terrific and followed everything. And I saw the track today in terms of predictions, and I got to give kudos to him. He followed it right along, and it was a really great opportunity to demonstrate our capability. So
All
that
right.
was a really important demonstration and test of our rendezvous and prox ops capabilities that we're going to need for the future. But also in that 24-hour period, we had to obviously demonstrate our readiness for translunar injection. We were able to really track a lot of the subsystems that we've learned from on Artemis I, but also the most important subsystem when we put humans on board is the life support system. And I'm happy to report that the performance of the CO2 scrubber, the ability to distribute water, control the temperature inside the cabin is exactly as we predicted, and in some cases better.
Okay,
And so that was
okay.
really
So
great. And of course,
sometimes
across all the
better,
other
sometimes
subsystems that we demonstrated on
just
Artemis 1, like power
yeah,
generation,
sometimes it's just
was
better,
better than
But most of the
predicted.
case, it's
Also,
operating
over
exactly
13
as
kilowatts of
good.
power generation, and our
Oh,
ability to control, like I said,
power
the
generation are
inside cabin
also
and
better.
control
Okay,
the
was
temperature
better.
across all
13
the parts of the
kilowatts of
spacecraft was
power
right
generation.
on and
Okay,
nominal.
nice,
So that was
nice.
really good to see. And of course, we were ready to execute the TLI burn today, and our guidance navigation control system was ready to go and demonstrated through this burn its ability to handle this type of burn and the precision that's needed to take us to the moon and come back into Earth's atmosphere. So really great overall demonstration of the prox ops, really
Yeah.
great demonstration of the core subsystems that we have on board the spaceship that's required to execute the rest of the days of this Artemis II mission. And finally, I would say that we had, I would say, really great opportunity to just understand our overall performance across all these subsystems and making sure that we're ready to commit the crew to a safe journey to the moon and back. And we demonstrated that over the last 24 hours. We were able to, as Lori said, have a mission management team review of that and determined that we would go for TLI. And I'm just really happy that we're headed to the moon. Thank you.
All right, it's time now for questions. We'll start here in the room, and then we have several on the phone. A reminder, please raise your hand if you're here. We'll have a mic coming around. And then if you are joining by phone, *1 can get you into the question queue. And we will begin in the room here. Let's come around with the mic here in the front. Yep.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Tarek
so
Malik,
here we go.
With space.com, and I think it's for.
Oh, space.com. Yeah, yeah. I know. I know
the
this
TLI
portal.
seemed to
Yeah.
go quite well, although I guess there were some reports of a couple of caution alarms that the crew reported, and then the mission control said, it was not to worry about. And I'm just curious what those alarms were or those caution lights were, and how they were, I guess, set aside so quickly. Thanks.
Okay. I'll let Jed maybe give some highlights there.
Yeah, so about 15, 20 minutes before TLI, we had a couple of nominal reconfiguration changes of the atmosphere revitalization system, the cabin fans. And when we were moding those to a different mode, the fan speed change caused the cabin sensors to dip below the caution limit for just a bit. And of course, that rang an alarm that was a suspected cabin leak. That was a false indication. And so we quickly knew that there was no leak. We knew that it was just the sensors dipping low pretty quickly. Additionally,
Okay,
there were
trying to
some
change
RCS,
the fan speed mode
reaction control system
weirdly
SM
actually
manifold,
triggers another
messages that we had
glitch
been
there,
seeing
another
previously.
bug inside the
Essentially,
system.
whenever we're
Okay,
using that
but
system,
nothing to worry about. No
there's
cabin leak so far.
a pressure sensor divergence And we've seen that before, and so we knew exactly what those signatures were. So again, not an issue at all.
Eric?
Okay, the same can be said.
Eric Berger, Ars Technica.
Pressure sensor
Just
also
congratulations.
detect
So far,
it
it's been spectacular
as
to behold, all of this.
looks like
I guess
it's
2
also a
questions for
false
Howard.
alarm,
First of
so
all,
nothing to worry
quick
about
question,
again.
were there any thruster issues during the ProxOps demo, any sort of outages or concerns with that regard? Did everything perform nominally? And then does the performance in Victor's piloting during that exercise give you confidence in Orion's handling for the maneuvers contemplated in Artemis III with 1 or 2 of the HLS?
Yeah, no issues with the thrusters. They perform nominally, and performance.
Okay,
excellent.
thrusters perform
Relative
nominally
to,
at that
future
point
confidence,
when the
this gives us
proximity
a lot of
operations
confidence in terms of close in.
began
I've talked previously
yesterday.
about being on the
I've already
docking
covered that
axis.
too.
It's very important
Mhm.
for the crew because unlike Orbiter, where we were able to have situation awareness from the windows, when we approach closely, we are very dependent on the cameras and the LiDAR that will be on Artemis III and above for our relative navigation. And so this was a really good exercise of that. And of course, hearing the crew in a preliminary way through verbally, but we'll look at the data very closely and then get the post-flight report from them in detail. I think at first indication that the vehicle performed better than obviously they expected. And I think, for us, it was really good understanding of how the human-in-the-loop part worked. We know precisely what our capabilities are when we have automated capability, but having a crew in the loop and demonstrating their capabilities and being able to hold and be able to execute a translational and rotational maneuvers and being able to do that precisely is really outstanding. And I look forward to them coming back home, telling us all the nuances. I'll be sitting in hours with them and questioning them on how they felt about it and what the responses were based on the pulses they put in. But yes, it's very, very heartwarming to hear that from the crew. And of course, even better to get the technical data and play that forward.
Go ahead.
Okay, and so far, even the crew doesn't look any problem here. So yeah.
Now that we're committed with TLI, during Translunar Coast, the attitude you're going to hold, what are the out-the-view windows for the crew? Are they going to be...
Okay, this one is from NASA spaceflight, not to be confused with the real NASA here. So that's why he mentioned it as NSF.
Talking about based
So yeah.
on TLI, what they would get to see when they do the close observation. It was based on the sun angle of high, medium, or low. What did we end up getting based on the launch day and the TLI that we're in? And if you don't mind, just based on what he said, I'd like to follow up with Howard. It sounds like, based on what Ike said and you said, that the handling qualities, tight, deadbeat damping, that this is better than you predicted. Is that a true statement?
You want me to start first?
Okay.
I would say that, predictions are hard. There's a human-in-the-loop kind of element, and we practice that. So I would say, yes, definitely maybe better than we anticipated in a lot of ways, because there's variations by which we go into space. On a closed-loop control system, for guidance navigation control, when you have an automated system, you know precisely and you predict exactly how the system will respond. The crew is well trained, and Victor did exactly what he needed to do, and the spacecraft responded.
As far as where the vehicle will be pointed, most of the time we spend in a tail to sun attitude. So we take the back end of the vehicle, point it towards the sun, and so whatever the geometry is, that's what you get. We sometimes have the advantage when we have good power balance, we can move the solar arrays that have cameras on the end, and we can move those around and see what, look back at the Earth or look forward at the moon. Also on flight day 6, whenever we do the lunar closer approach, we'll change attitude, make sure that the crew has those views of the lunar surface. As far as the lighting,
so on flight day 6, there's going to be some kind of burn, so the crew will be able to see near the lunar surface. Oh, interesting.
So, we'll still get good shots from the crew. We'll still get great descriptions, from their Mark I eyeballs. But we're going around the moon, so that's the main thing, right?
Yeah. So
take 2 more timer on the end
So
here,
so
and
just
then we'll
like
go to
he
the
said,
phone.
Mark One
So go ahead, Jackie.
eyeball is basically
Hi,
you're
Jackie
just
Waddle,
using your
CNN.
visual view.
Quick question
So
for
yeah.
Howard. I know Victor said that he was going to give the Cooper Harper rating scales during the prox ops. Are you
All
able to
right.
share those numbers? Just curious to know how it handled. And then also would love to just ask a general question about the crew, how
Okay,
they're
let's see
adjusting to
if
orbit.
we can get a bit more
Specifically
number
curious
here.
about the first-time flyer and whether there's any space adaptation syndrome without, invading privacy. Thanks so much.
Oh, space
Yeah, I'm
adaptation
sure we
privacy,
can
huh?
share the Cooper
No,
Harper
space
handling qualities. I
adaptation,
mean, we did assessments
space
over the simulator, and we'll
adaptation
do it
stuff
as
here.
part of
Ah,
this demonstration, and love to hear that feedback. I think we got some different feedback, like I said, but look forward to that. Yeah, definitely. But I'll let Judd answer the other question about
Yeah,
the crew.
as far as the crew members, they're
Okay.
doing great. There's no indication that they're having any problems at all. So I don't expect that they're having any problems.
okay, no problems, but no number yet.
Bloomberg. Thanks so much and congratulations again.
Okay.
I wanted to ask about the troubleshooting of the toilet that happened on that first day. Can you just explain to us what the issue was and how they fixed it?
Yeah.
And on a priority scale, would you say this was a number one priority or a number two?
So when
All
we
right.
had always planned to wet the toilet with some water that we had pulled out of the PWD, the potable water dispenser, and it turns out, I guess, we didn't put enough in, and so the pump was not fully wetted, and so it has automatic fault detection in that if it's not fully wetted, it'll shut itself down.
Oh, so
Once
it
we
needs to
figured out
be
that we didn't
wet
put enough
enough.
water in, we
Oh.
put more in there, made sure that it was essentially primed, the pump was primed, and then the
Oh,
toilet
so that's
came right
why
back up.
the toilet has problem. They
I will say
did
that
not put
in
enough
addition,
water inside it.
good
So
kind of
the
byproduct of this, when we were working
the
through
pump
those
mechanism did
procedures, we were able to figure out the secondary
detect
vent
it's not
line
wet
for
enough, and it's
the
just say
urine
like,
as well.
oh
And so that was a
no,
good,
and then
that's
it's
a
just
alternate path.
going to default
If
mode.
we could not go with the
So
primary
basically,
line, we
what's
were able to
happening?
vent out on the secondary line,
Okay.
and we were able to demonstrate that. And we didn't demonstrate it today, the primary vent line through the working toilet. So I think both lines are working well, and really happy with
Okay,
that.
the both primary
I'll just add real quickly
primary
that I
and
think
also
this is a
secondary
great example of some of
vent
the
line
procedural
looks like
things as we're
good.
learning to work
So
in
fortunately,
the
it's
Orion
it's
capsule.
not
I know this is
it's not a
real
huge
humans
problem.
in there. They're
So
trying
yeah,
to live and learn, and
contradictory to
we're
most
gonna
what you
learn
see
things along
sometimes
the way.
in
Oops, we need to do
even
this. We need to
one
prime it first.
instances
This
I
is the
see
kind of
that
things
like,
we're gonna
oh, not sorry, problem
All
with
right, we'll take several questions from the phone
with
now, and we'll
toilet.
start
It's
with
just
Marcia
like
Dunn from the
whenever I
Associated
just
Press.
saw the title, I just think
Hi,
like
good evening.
that's a
I have a question
clickbait.
probably for you, Lori.
Seriously,
Could you
that's a
just or anybody really, could you
mall
talk about the
journalism.
stress
Oh my
level
goodness.
in mission control prior to the
But yeah,
TLI burn?
this
I
channel
mean,
does
were you really
if
sweating
as
it
best as
there?
I can, I
And
don't try
now that that's
to
done,
come up
do
with
you have any new
that
revised
kind of stupid stuff.
numbers
So,
for the lunar
but
flyby
yeah,
distance?
when I
Do you
did
still think
mistake,
the Orion's going
I will do
to
some correction
go
as well. So yeah,
4,000 miles past the moon
okay,
before turning around, maybe
okay.
closer to 5,000? Any new lunar distance numbers from today? Thanks.
Hey, Marcia, thanks for the questions. I'll
All
let
right.
Jed speak to what the mood was like down in Mission Control. I was actually sitting up observing the room and listening in on the loops, and everything was, it seemed like it was going very smoothly. They always seem so calm and controlled down there in Mission Control. Up in the room where I was with several other folks, as soon as we counted down and we started that burn, we just sat in silence and watched the clock go and waited for that statement that said the burn was complete. And it was just wonderful to just sit there, watch, enjoy it, and say, we've done this. So it's a great accomplishment. We're really proud of all the teams that got us to this point.
All right.
Let's see, the second question, about the distance. So the anticipated distance, I believe, was around 4,600 miles from the surface, is that right? And it's a good burn, so I'm anticipating we'll be pretty close to that.
Yeah,
I don't know that
would be
anyone's done the
around
actual calculation.
10,000
Assuming that we
kilometers
had
from the
a normal
surface
burn, which we did, the
surface of
max
the
distance
moon.
that our
Oh,
folks
right.
calculated was 219,639 nautical miles max distance from the Earth.
Yeah, okay.
So
Okay.
As far as the mood in mission control,
Around 400
these
plus
teams have done lots
kilometers
and lots of simulations, and so I
of
would say
altitude, the farthest of it.
they're consummate
All right.
professionals. Everybody,
Or
even with
possibly almost
the
approaching
sensor problems that we
500,000,
had,
something like that.
able to
Mm.
do the TLI and get us through everything perfectly. So I mean, I wouldn't say there's any stress level at all.
Yeah, maybe, Lori, I'll jump in on the mission evaluation room that supports the flight control team. I was in there with the team, and, we have high confidence in our main engine. We've operated several times on Artemis I, and of course, we operated the upper stage separation burn as well. And I'll just tell you, everybody was standing, not so much nervous, just excitement. And then in one of our conference rooms where we had a couple of G&C experts with us, we geeked out and talked about TGO, VGO, Lambda, Lambda dot, and teaching class on how these burns were calculated, what the guidance targets were, and it was really fun to listen to that while we waited for the TIG. So it was really fun.
All right, our next question on the phone line is from Andrea Leinfelder with the Houston Chronicle.
Oh.
Hi, I have a question on the exercising. So I was watching the video when Reid was exercising, and I know Mission Control kind of started chuckling because you could see the movement. So I was wondering if you'd kind of quantify a little bit how much it was moving. I know it was expected, but I'm still curious to know how much. Also, just a technical question. Would you say that Orion was in high Earth orbit or low Earth orbit during the TLI burn, just because it seems so close to the Earth? Thanks.
Oh, okay. Good question. Good question.
Let's see. As far as the exercise, the flywheel machine, it's a little bit like a rowing machine. I think you saw that. I mean, are you asking? I didn't quite understand the question. Like, how much movement does the capsule do while we're doing the movement? Is that the question? Yeah. I don't think we saw anything that we didn't expect.
Yeah, you'll see some solar array dynamics, which is expected, but it didn't perturb any of our control where we've had to make any adjustment, big burns or anything like that to control the attitude is where you would hear or get affected by those dynamics. Of course, we'll look at the data. I wasn't sitting in front of the data console today, but I just saw it on the videos that were coming down, and we'll talk to the team, but we didn't expect anything different. I asked our guidance navigation guys if there was any issues, and they said nope, didn't see any issues relative to exercise. And then, of course, we'll always look at the data and go by that, but looks good so far.
Let's see, and the other question was, were we in a high Earth orbit when we did TLI? Yes, technically we were, but we were at the lowest part, perigee of the orbit, so we're about 100 nautical miles off the Earth's surface, traveling about 23,000 and change miles per hour. And so because we did the TLI burn, now that takes us out of the high Earth orbit and gets us on that free return trajectory to the
so around 300 plus kilometers from the surface of the Earth when the TLI burn start. All right, so technically it says like in technicality it's high Earth orbit, but more like low Earth orbit when this happened. Okay.
And they were bagging up water in plastic bags. Could you just go over exactly what the issues were with the dispenser and why you decided to have backup water and how much water the astronauts actually bagged up? Thank you.
Yeah, great question. So during ascent, so we have 4 water tanks in the Orion service module, and each one of those tanks has an isolation valve between them. The isolation valve between the middle 2 tanks failed closed during ascent, and so it essentially isolated 2 tanks on one side and 2 tanks on the other. Each end of those tanks goes to one of 2 different water dispensers, a primary and a secondary, so we have full access to all of the water. However, in an abundance of caution, we decided it probably good, just in case we have a subsequent failure of an isolation valve, to bag some water, and so that's exactly what we did. We're going to bag some water in the cabin and preserve that just in case we have a subsequent failure.
Oh, right.
Okay, our
So,
next question is from
so the
Joey
isolation
Gillette with
valve that
Reuters.
actually connects between a pair of another primary and also another secondary water tank. Looks like it has some kind of failure.
And that's based on the TLI burn that was just done
Okay.
today,
And
right?
they said that they are not
That
100%
that
sure
was our
if it's
predicts
going to
prior
have
to
any
us performing
subsequent
the TLI burn. So
failure,
that
but
assumed a perfect
just
TLI burn. So I haven't
out of
gone
the
and run
caution,
those
they
numbers
decided to
again.
just back the water anyways,
And just real quick, the reason
just
I
in
asked this
case.
question is because
All
that's far
right.
below the
All right.
record breaking for Apollo 13. Is that your guys' understanding, I guess?
That's in nautical miles. So the Apollo distance record in nautical miles was about 216,000 nautical miles.
Oh.
Okay, our next question is from Jackie Mogensen with Scientific American.
All right.
Hi, thanks for this. I have a bit of a general question and then a specific one. The general one is, how do you feel like everything is it going to plan, and are there any concerns you're keeping an eye on at this point? And then more specifically, I was curious if you could tell us about what to expect from the first high-res images and video, as well as when we might see the solar eclipse. Thank you.
I think I'll take a stab. It's echoing in here, so it's kind of hard to hear the question. But I think the first one is how things are going. Is there anything we're tracking? And I'll just look over at my colleagues. But, things are going really well. I think we couldn't be more pleased with how well things are going. Right now, we're not tracking any issues of concern. As I said, we're learning from the spacecraft, but that's what we anticipate, and we're not tracking anything. We went straight into the TLI with absolute confidence that we can complete the rest of this mission as planned. I think the other part of the question had to do with some of the imaging and expectations for when we'll get some of those back, in particular the eclipse. I'm really excited about the eclipse that we're probably going to encounter now as part of this mission. I think the crew's excited about it as well. I know they did a little training to learn about what they're going to see. It'll be really cool when they're out and beyond the moon, be able to look back with the moon eclipsing the sun. They'll be able to see the sun's corona. That's kind of a cool, exciting thing to do. So they've been trained on it, and they're looking forward to it.
All right.
We'll come back here in the room
So
for other questions.
I hope we have
start here in the second
another
row.
interesting view of the solar eclipse then from the Orion spacecraft.
About
So
the
yeah.
Outlook issues that were happening with Reid Weisman. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about what exactly was going on with that.
Yeah, this is not uncommon. We have this on station all the time. Sometimes Outlook has issues getting configured, especially when you don't have a network that's directly connected. And so essentially we just had to reload his files on Outlook, to get it working.
Okay, go ahead.
Richard Two with the Post newspaper. A question for Howard. You talked earlier about a ground issue related to the communications problem. Can you explain that a little bit more? Was it literally like a loose screw, or was it something underground cabling, maybe a resistance issue? Can you elaborate on that a little bit more? Thank you.
Yeah, I can take that. So we have a processor at White Sands ground terminal. It's called a serial communication processor. In order to get return telemetry, it has to translate the radio messages to something that our front-end processors at MCC can understand.
Okay.
So that processor
So serial
is supposed to be in a
processor looks,
configuration for
communication
nominal
processor
S-band,
looks.
Orion telemetry. When we essentially found a
Oh.
bug that we didn't know was there before. So when we did our checkouts, part of our checkout is to put in a configuration for the emergency comm configuration. When we commanded it back to the nominal configuration, it showed that it had taken, but it did not actually. And so you basically had to go into low-level commanding to see what was the actual configuration and do that. So it's a software bug we now understand that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah, so that's why
issue
it's
with
a
us,
software bug, it
going
turns out.
forward.
All right.
Okay, we'll go right here.
Hi, thanks for doing this. Beverly Casillas for Space Scout. So we talked a little bit
Okay,
about some of the
another one here.
communications anomalies and other kind of teething issues we saw on that first day of flight. And I was just curious, what would you say has been the biggest learning moment about the Orion spacecraft so far during the mission, and have there been any surprises? Thanks.
Yeah, I think the biggest learning is always first-time systems, and I always go to life support. You know, being able to control humidity and scrubbing CO2, which performance is really great. In fact, we're maybe becoming, we need a little bit more humidity. I think it's doing too well sometimes, but I think those are things that are, like Lori said, we're learning, we're adjusting how to operate the spaceship with actual people on board and that are actually putting out CO2 and breathing in oxygen. So I think this is one of the things that we've learned in that 24 hours. We're learning a lot. The trending data, the sensors we have on board in terms of accuracy, being able to track that very closely is something that we're going to learn. No surprises. We expect good performance from our subsystems. So we're very happy about that. And again, we knew that we would learn a lot. And the other thing we would learn a lot is what you guys were all referring to relative to caution warnings. I think, you know, we have thousands of caution warnings on board the spaceship, and it provides a lot of good information for the crew. But also we're learning about the boundaries of these caution warning parameters and whether they're really nuisances or whether they're real issues. And I think this is one of the things that we'll learn all the way along the mission as we utilize and learn more about the spacecraft and approach all these objectives we're trying to accomplish along the way.
Okay, just like as usual, still learning on the way.
Epoch Times, thank you all so much, and congratulations again. My question for Lori, in terms of a little clarification on the timeline, with the eclipse, you said it'll be when they're behind the moon, so will that be on day 6? And also, is there any clarification on what part of the timeline we'll be having the ship-to-ship communication with the station?
That's definitely a question for Judd here. We'll let him, he's got the detailed timeline right in front of him.
Yes, it is flight day 6 that the crew will be behind the moon. Let's see, and your other question was
flight day 6.
Ship-to-ship comm.
All
I
right.
think we were going to do that on flight day 8 or 9. I don't know where that ended up.
7, I believe.
Yeah, maybe it's on 7.
Okay, never mind. Just let him search for it.
Yep, it's flight day 7.
Oh, okay. Ship to ship will be that flight days number 7, and the crew behind the moon will be on flight day 6.
New York Times.
Oh yeah.
How fast will Orion move as it heads to the moon, like the maximum speed? And have the crew members been able to check in with their families yet, or when will this happen?
Okay, so
Okay.
it changes speed as it goes around in orbit. The maximum speed we just experienced at TLI, which was, we started off at 23,660 miles per hour. We added about
Around
867
almost
miles per hour.
50,000.
So that's 24.
Yeah. Hi.
2450, 24,500, something like that, 24,500 miles an hour. And then as we get closer to the moon will be our lowest
Hi, KJ Racer.
speed.
Welcome.
The
I hope I pronounced
which is around,
your
I think,
username correctly there.
1,300 foot per second.
Welcome to the stream.
Which I'm not going to do math in public on how many miles per hour that is. But then once we come back to Earth, it gets around that same speed, around 25,000 miles per hour as we get to entering our interface.
25,000.
They talk to their family.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be around more than 50,000 kilometers per
Slide here in the middle.
hours, like that, of orbital velocity.
Yes, there was the question.
Oh,
additional
KJ
question
Racer,
about
like
if the crew
Speed Racer. Yeah.
has
Thank
spoken with
you.
families yet.
Yeah,
You've already corrected me there. Thank you.
Their families yet. They've been
What?
really busy, so we'll make
Whoa.
time for that as
Oh,
we get, now that we're
thank
past
you.
TLI.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Robert Coppinger,
Oh.
British Interplanetary Society
All
Spaceflight
right.
Magazine. The RCS thrusters on the service module, are they European technology or American technology? And Administrator Isaacman's distance record from one of his 2 space flights, when does Integrity beat that?
All right. Oh, another one here.
I would say the
Oh,
RCS or reaction control
actually,
system,
that's a
if you're
bit
asking
of
that,
pleasant of
is a
surprise.
European built
How do I
system.
get this?
I
How
don't
do I
know
get
about
a lot of
Mr.
you?
Isaacman's
I mean, not
distance,
really a
so
lot of
I
you, but
can't comment on that.
I
wow.
suspect we've
I,
already
I,
broken
I
that.
actually don't expect you guys actually come here.
Orbit, but
I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised.
Exceeded
I
that.
got I got a bit tired here, but
Okay, was there another
you guys
question?
coming
Second row
in.
here,
Wow.
yes. And then we'll go back to a few more from the phone.
It's a
Hi, JJ
surprise.
Love with Tech Talk Media. Thanks for taking my question.
Okay, another
The
one here.
readers of our Inside NASA Innovation series are eager to understand the broader human impact of this mission.
Oh.
So, looking beyond the boundaries of
Okay.
space exploration itself, which industries here on Earth stand to benefit most from what you're discovering up there?
Mhm.
And what is being learned in the mission that will tangibly improve life for people down here?
Oh, those are some
Oh.
good questions.
Oh, okay. That's a very great question. This one is about
I think there's a
uh,
whole
what contribution
range of things that we're
it
going to
will have
benefit.
from this
Number one,
mission.
even just thinking basically just in our production capabilities within the U.S. and around the world. But I feel certain we're going to be pushing boundaries of technologies as well, not just in the
Mhm.
systems that we're flying on the rockets, but even
So,
in some of the things
okay.
we're testing out inside the crew cabin for the
Uh-huh.
crew to use of the cutting edge of technology. So a lot of amazing things there. And then what was the second part of your question?
Okay. So basically, a general technological
help life on Earth.
improvement and also
It's
mastery
always a
skill,
wonderful
something like
question,
that.
and
Yeah.
I really feel like the exploration that we do is just inspirational for everyone here on Earth, hopefully inspiring our
Yeah, I
young
agree,
people
KJ Racer.
around the world,
It's
the
it's
Artemis
actually
generation
a
that's
really
growing
good,
up now
great
to
question.
want to grow
So,
and achieve and to learn, and
okay.
to start trying
I
to
mean,
think
seriously, it's a
through where
very
they're going
great question.
to dedicate their
Most of the
talents as they
question
get
here
older
up
and
until now
learn
is like,
the different skills that we need
okay, but
to cut
pretty
the
much
edge of new technologies
some
into the
technical
future.
stuff. But another one here looks like it.
Okay, we'll go back to the
Oh,
phone for
so
several
another
questions. Our next one is from
new
Robert
different skills to be
Perlman with
learned
collectspace.com.
and whatnot. Oh, collectspace.com. I know this website.
You'll go for TLI as one of those.
This is where I sometimes I get my sometimes I get the mission patch for my YouTube thumbnail, you know.
And he later said that
Sometimes
he should have
when it's
done
tricky,
something more
they
romantic.
have that one.
I'm wondering, now having gone through a TLI, if you think that it speaks to or not, does it hide how this burn is different from all other burns? That this is the one that you're committing to leave Earth's orbit and go to the moon, and there's no turning back. I know that you said that there wasn't extra stress, that you had practiced this over and over, but was there any moment that you actually, gulped hard that, yeah, we're going to the moon?
Mm-hmm.
So the question, it was a little bit garbled. I think it was about the TLI burn and that burn being perhaps special in the minds of the team.
Oh,
Robert,
till
we need
I
to get you to
burn.
say some of that again. I think we captured that though.
Yeah, that's just. Do you think the public, when they hear go for TLI, or when we speak about it normally during a press conference like this,
Translunar
does it
injection burn,
really
just in case you want to know.
convey how
All right.
the momentous moment that it actually captures?
Oh.
So I think what he's getting at here with the question, help me if I get this incorrectly, but as we're executing on that 5-minute burn, is there a point at which our teams, as we're executing, kind of absorb the impact of just how important this burn is and how, if we don't get it all the way through the burn, then what would happen? I don't know if you want to speak to how your teams execute within the mission control. They're very measured, they're very controlled, they execute, and they're ready to respond.
Yeah, I would say we probably reflect
Okay.
on that after our shift. And,
Very measured
we'll
and
execute
controlled
everything,
response. Okay.
professionally, probably save the reflection for after our shift, and certainly that reflection, I suspect everybody understands that this is a once in a lifetime moment.
All right, our next question on the phone
Okay,
is from
another question.
Christopher Mick
Let's
with
see.
the Hudson Star Observer.
Thank you for taking the question and for all your time tonight. Another amazing day here in the mission. I just want to ask, I think these would be for Jed and Howard. I was wondering, the crew sounded very busy and the time I was hearing the loops today, and I was just wondering on the astronauts' kind of individual task timelines, if they're kind of on schedule for that or falling behind at all or skipping some things. And then maybe to Howard, if there was any time for Earth observation photography, if there's any feedback from the crew on how things were going shooting through the Orion windows.
Okay, this is just a general question in case there is something behind the schedule, missing something else, but and whatnot. What the crew actually done for this mission.
First 2 days, and now once we've got past TLI, we've got lots more time to do things, and observation certainly is one of those things.
Okay, observation. So in case they are able to capture some kind of spectacular image between maybe Earth, maybe Sun, or not really, but mostly will be about the Moon anyways.
Maybe a few things didn't get done in the schedule that was planned that could be made up. The real important one for me, at least, was this ProxOps demonstration. I think we budgeted around 71 minutes. The crew finished in 65. And that was awesome because, like I said earlier,
that one is actually a bit surplus mission. 71 minutes planned for the proximity operations, and they actually able to done it 6 minutes earlier. 6 minutes earlier than usual. Instead, it's 65 minutes. So yeah. And so far, objectives all completed. But as of now, so good news.
I have a question. Has there been a formal report issued yet on the possible damages caused by Artemis II compared to Artemis I? I understand that it caused some damage to the elevators, and it also burnt through the surface area, scorching it. Has there any report issued on that as yet?
So this is a question related to the potential damage to the Mobile Launcher 1, where we launched yesterday. We've talked many times
about the mobile launcher. Is it?
To the mobile launcher following the Artemis I mission. And what I can tell you is that our initial assessment is showing that most of the damage is really largely cosmetic. Really, overall, everything's looking pretty good, especially compared to Artemis I. We know we're going to have some repairs that we'll need to do, but those repairs, the repairs that we made following Artemis I largely worked, so that's a good thing. We are in the process of doing an in-depth assessment of what kind of damage was received there. We do know that there were some bolts, some latching bolts that perhaps didn't hold as anticipated, and there was some, I believe, some issues down in the firing well there, but we're still doing the assessment, so hold tight, and we'll get you some more details as we better understand exactly where that mobile launcher is right now.
Okay, Philip.
Hi, Philip Sloss. I guess a quick follow-up with Lori about the mobile launcher.
A bit
after the first launch.
Okay, this one is the issue about the mobile launcher one.
You didn't see any issues in terms of the continuity with the pneumatic systems in those lines?
Everything's doing extremely well, actually. Yeah, and the water suppression system was able to wash things down, so we didn't have the issues of the concerns with
water suppression system. That one is for the dampening out the sound. Okay, also good. Dampening the rocket exhaust sound also looks good. Maybe there's some a bit here and there issue, but not. But the team are still investigating what's happening there. So yeah, we are not yet have any answer yet for this one. That's normal.
Burgess from the Times of London.
And okay.
How closely did you study in planning this mission the free return slingshot trajectory of Apollo 13 in terms of the lessons to be learned of what to do similarly or what to avoid, and how different will this trajectory be from the only other time humans have taken that trajectory around the moon and back?
You take it.
Okay.
Okay,
so
so
it is slightly different from Apollo
okay,
8. Apollo 8 actually went into the
another
lunar
good
orbit
question.
gravity
What
well,
lesson they
right?
can learn from the
Orion
previous
doesn't have the
Apollo
capability
mission,
or the propellant to do that, and so
specifically for the
we're
Apollo
taking
8 missions,
advantage of the gravity
and how
to
does it compares
slingshot
to the
Orion back around the
Artemis
moon. So
current planning mission here?
it's quite actually um, in the early design of Apollo. As a matter of fact, Apollo 13 got on a free return trajectory to get it into a minimum energy state so that it could go back to Earth. And so this is more like that trajectory in that we're taking advantage of the moon's gravity as an assist so that we don't have to burn as much propellant. Oh, 13, not 8. Okay, yeah, it's similar. So
Oh,
we got
compared
on a free
to Apollo 13,
return
yeah,
trajectory on
yeah,
Apollo
yeah.
13.
How does it
Very
compare?
similar to the one that we are doing now.
Okay, very similar,
Okay, we'll take another question in
but
the room
in
over
terms
here.
of the
I'm just wondering, I'm over
slingshot
television,
gravity
and
opportunity, it's already
when
there.
they're going around the moon, what are the visuals going to be like? Because I know Apollo 11, when they were live, they're
Mhm.
black and white. And we're seeing some
Mhm.
of the images now from the spacecraft, which we
Mhm.
love. But, they're not as grainy as they were in the Apollo days, but they're not necessarily as wonderful as maybe SpaceX gives us right now with some of their work. So what can we expect to see visually as they're going around the moon? What is it going to look like?
Yeah, okay. How it's
So I'll
going to look
say
like
that
when the crew is
we're much
going
further away
around the
from the
far side of
moon
the
than we
moon?
were on the closest approach for, say, Artemis I or even, Apollo 8, for instance. 3,000 to 4,000 nautical miles away. So the
Mhm.
moon will look smaller. It's what I've been told is if you take a basketball at arm's length, that's about what it's going to look like from the cruise
Okay.
vantage point. Certainly, the camera technology is a lot better than it was in the 60s, so we'll have that advantage. We also have some really
Okay. Mhm.
long lenses that the crew have for their
Okay, so
handheld
the crew
cameras,
will try to
Nikons
capture
and Z9s.
the
So they'll hopefully when
the
we get
picture
those
of the
downlinked, they'll be really sharp
of the
images that
lunar
we won't
surface
come to
using long range camera as well.
The one thing I'll just mention, and Judd could probably
Long range
jump in on this
camera
one as
lens
well, is,
specifically. Yeah.
while the camera technology that we have up there is outstanding and we'll have very, very high resolution, high quality images, the downlink from the moon is not as great as it could be, as it is from low Earth orbit. And so it will take a little longer to get some of those data down, and sometimes I would imagine the early downloads will be somewhat reduced resolution so that we can get them down here and at least share the lower resolution. And then as we have the capability and the bandwidth to download the higher res, we'll make those available.
Okay, so for lower resolution will be done first. Okay.
I know that more than 50 years have passed and it's a new world and new technology, but
Okay.
compared to the Apollo missions,
so let's
what
see.
things have changed and what protocols or beliefs maybe or traditions maybe remain?
Oh, okay. Let's see what are the some of the things still remains and some of it changes.
And the amount of
Okay.
software, we have over 900,000 lines of software. And so I think the ability for the crew to engage in the systems in a very deep level through the displays. And of course, we have electronic procedures, which Judd and his team is very familiar with, which we don't need to carry paper around. There was a lot of paper procedures. And of course, the sensor capability, the inertial measuring units. When we get close in, we got GPS. Everybody's familiar with that.
Yeah, the GPS part, inertial measurement, inertial measurement units.
The precision by which we're able to do rendezvous prox-ups and docking, just even with a camera, is a huge step in technology. And so I think this is one of these things where the ability for us to utilize the technology to advance and make it easier on the crews to operate. And of course, leveraging the ability for us to build a little bigger spaceship, a third larger, and allow us to fly another crew member and be able to compact that in smaller components, but yet still provide the same functionality and even more in some cases is a huge advancement for us. So I think overall, but physics doesn't change. The teardrop shape is very efficient from an aerodynamics perspective. The Apollo giants were just very good technical engineering experts. And engineering and the physics does not change. And so we learned a lot from them in terms of the things they learned, and we leveraged off of that.
Okay, we'll take one final
Okay.
question here.
Okay, another final question. So, some kind of the procedure already changed. Is that no more too much paper procedure anymore? So mostly digital this day. Okay, but the rest of the rest of the things doesn't change that much, especially the engineering and also the physics part. Maybe some additional information, but it doesn't change that much.
I know we discussed
Okay.
in some previous briefings that certain abort scenarios or early returns are still possible even past TLI. At what point does it make the most sense to continue with the free return as opposed to an early U-turn? Thank you.
Yeah, so always feel great not to have to do an abort.
Oh,
Right, and so I'm happy that SLS performed so well, that ICPS performed so well that we didn't even have to entertain that. As
yeah.
far
I
as,
mean,
now that we're
we don't want to
post-TLI,
even figure out. We don't want to even find out what the abort scenario would looks like. So, better not to do that. Because this is not a space shuttle mission. At least with space shuttle, even the worst case abort situation, you can go ATO, abort to orbit, but which will place the space shuttle below the below the Earth orbit than the usual.
You can follow
But
all of our
for
mission
this Artemis
progress
mission,
in a
if anything
multitude of
happens,
ways we have available on
well,
nasa.gov, and we look
it's
forward
going to be harder
providing
than
another update
than
tomorrow
the space shuttle.
afternoon. Thank you for joining
Is it?
us.
Okay, and that's it. That's it. That's all from this press news conference here. And we are returning back to the Mission Control Center. So yeah,
Welcome to the Artemis Flight Control Room here at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. We are monitoring the flight of Artemis II and our 4 astronauts, Commander Reid Weisman, pilot Victor Glover, and mission specialists Christina Koch and Jeremy Hansen on their flight around the moon, first humans to do so in over 50 years. This is also the
alright.
first flight of humans aboard Orion, and it was a banner day for the spacecraft. At 6:49 p.m. Central Time, the Orion spacecraft executed the translator injection burn, a 5-minute and
Yeah,
50-second burn
I
that
I
committed the
agree,
spacecraft
KJ
to
Racer.
leaving a high Earth
Actually,
orbit
you know
and
what?
beginning its
The
journey
Apollo
around the moon
spacecraft,
and back
the
home.
Saturn V moon rocket, it was actually amazing. It's one of the, how do I say, a
This is
very
a live
great
view inside the
masterpiece
Artemis Flight
of
Control
an
Room here.
engineering of all
Well,
time,
the
I can
Orbit 2
say.
team is now coming into
I
console
can
to
say the
take over from the
contribution
Orbit 1
behind the
shaft.
mission is actually pretty uncountable. Countable. I mean, you can still count. You can sort of count, but if you cannot track all of it, technically it's uncountable for you.
If you're
One of
watching the
the
news
contribution
conference, we had
I
2
know about
calls to and from
you
the
know
crew
something
during
that
that
we
time
use
frame.
on the
One of those
airplane,
was
the aeroplane this day,
re-timelining some of the exercise for the
the
crew later
digital
today. We are expecting an
fly
helicopter
by
event
wire.
coming
Yeah,
up
that one
in
is
just about an
actually
hour,
the
and they will then
pioneering behind the
execute
mission
their
is actually
exercise on
the
the flying
Apollo
wheel
mission.
afterward.
Because without it, I don't think you can
We also
even
had a time period where
I
we
don't think
had
you
a
can even
delay on the
command the computer
forward
to
link with the
control
deep space network, so communications to crew were
to control the
delayed. That
hydraulic
was
systems
what we believe
inside
to
your
be due
inside
to
the
a
spacecraft, inside the
downlink
airplane. So
coming
so
down.
that's actually one of the
Commander
most
data
important
handling
contribution
stopped
of
that
all time.
downlink,
And
which
another one is
resumed
the simplest
the
one. I
on-time
can say,
communications with
if
the
I remember,
crew.
it's something to do with
They'll be able
the
to troubleshoot that
Teflon.
and
Yeah,
work
you know
on
something
transferring
that we
large
use
files
nowadays
down from
when
the crew.
when it's not really like a glue,
Recently, Christina Koch reported that
you
her
just try to
PCD, her portable computing
how do
device,
I say?
went dark
I don't know how
from
to properly
translunar injection
describe
and
this
has
because
been
a bit
unresponsive on a
block
charger. So
word
the
here,
team
but
here
it's
is
like
troubleshooting to see if there's
a bit
anything they can do
of
to bring that back online.
how do I say my brain fart word here?
Last but not least, Commander Reid Weisman
I've
said
blocked
they've got great views of the
word here
Earth
in
as
my
they've
brain, but
continued departing
it's
following the
something
translunar injection burn.
regarding
And
oh
just a testament to how everything is planned and tracked in space.
adhesible. Yeah, it's
The
something that
report's windows
you
were
can
dirty because the crew enjoyed looking
you
out of
can
them
sort of
so
like glue
much.
it
So he
in
called
and
down
glue it
for
out many times
procedures on
without
how
any of
to
problem,
clean
and
the
you don't have
windows.
to use the real hard glue of it.
It's important to
Something like
ask for
Teflon.
instructions on things like this.
Yeah,
As
that
I
one
mentioned,
also
everything
part
is tracked so
Apollo mission
carefully
is also
throughout a mission that it's important to
is the main
let the
mission
crew and the
responsible for
teams
that
know
invention.
what is being
Because without it,
used.
we might not. Because without it, I don't think we can even use the best kind of stuff in the world. So that's that. Yeah, adhesive. Yeah, correct. Adhesive. Yeah. So no worries. Thank you. Thank you again, KJ Racer. I'm really bad with pronunciation actually. we yeah, I'm way too bad in saying stuff, and even my tongue it's rolling like crazy. And probably because I have short tongue, I guess. That's why I don't properly pronounce it well. So yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, thank you, KJ Racer. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay.
This is a live view from the Orion capsule looking back on Earth, our home planet. We are now 18,500 miles away from Earth. When we conducted that translunar
Mm-hmm.
injection burn coming up on about 2 hours ago, we were just 115 miles above our planet. Obviously, that has increased exponentially as we are now on the journey to the moon
Mm-hmm.
and back home. Currently, Orion is
Mm.
223,000 miles away from the moon.
Okay. Oh, is it? Oh, thank you. My English is great, apparently. Yes, and and this is coming from some dude. Literally not. I can say technically we do speak English here, but I can say in terms of it, let's just say that's I don't know. It's a bit complicated for me to say. How is it? It's like we do use English here, but most of the time we also use we mostly just use our mother language here. There's actually many depending on which angle you want to say. Malay language, Malay Sarawak language, and yes, these two is actually different in terms of how they actually talk each other.
Integrity,
I
Houston,
can say
additional PCD
Malay
troubleshooting.
Sarawak language is actually more closely related to us here surrounding Bornean side rather than rather than the typical Malay language sphere. So usually Malay Sarawak and Malay language, these two is really like a two worlds apart in terms of it. Yeah. So you can say absolutely. It's basically kind of like our second language, and also I let's also not mention we also have tons of indigenous language here, a lot of it. Yeah, Malaysia. Yeah, yeah, correct. One of it. Yeah, correct. Specifically, I'm actually from Sarawak, but also part of the Malaysia as well. I don't know how do I say it's a complicated story, but if I remember, we Sarawak we used to be one country, and then we just form and join together simultaneously with Sabah and also with the how do I say with the how do I say Tanah Melayu in English? If I remember, it's something we call is with Peninsular Malaysia and formerly with Singapore, but then Singapore got ejected in 1965. So basically, only Peninsular Malaysia, Sarawak and Sabah is only part of the Malaysia right now. So so that's that. And yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Okay, KJ Racer. So oh. Yeah. And I don't know. How do I even want to say here again? So yeah, and also let's not even try counting how many indigenous language here. A lot. I can say probably we are counting about tens and even hundreds, but mostly tens, something like that. Yeah, indigenous languages. Yeah, a lot of many tongues for sure. I see. Yeah, yeah. So that's basically a bit of facts stuff, and and yeah, that's probably outside of some. Oh, another. Okay. an-
All right, Christina, we have one additional Hail Mary to try and recover your PCD. We're going
One
to suggest that
additional
you
Hail
replace
Mary.
the power cable,
Project Hail
plug the
Mary.
poles
I,
to
I,
power
I don't know
and
if you
volume up
I don't know
simultaneously
if
for
you
20
even
seconds.
watch
We should be able, if
Project
the PCD
Hail
responds,
Mary.
you'll enter BIOS,
Like
and you might get
it's
a screen in which you can
recently
select exit,
I heard lots
making it
of
function
praises
PCD at that point.
from the community because how accurate mostly how accurate the entire entire story of it, and I mean not really necessary story but the physics behind it. So I just like, maybe I should watch it at some point. Yeah, maybe some point, but I don't know when. That's pretty typical when you're a little bit busy. So yeah. And yeah, like you said, thank you. You're also welcome, KJ Resu. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, too much, isn't it? Uh, and and I don't know what to even say here. Yeah, because yeah, and and also maybe there's also another thing. Yeah, thank you for inciting me into your culture, Daniel Sugo. Yeah, yeah, you're welcome, KJ Racer. Yeah, there's also part of it. And also I think another interesting, yeah, inviting me into your, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I actually understand the context. It's not necessarily it's not necessarily bad to even say inciting, but I I don't know. It's so for whatever reason the wording itself it looks like a negative connotation, but for me it's like depending on the situation. In this case, it's appropriate for me.
This is Artemis
Yeah,
Mission Control
inviting.
now, MET
Yeah,
on
so yeah,
astronauts
say
time, one
so
day, 3
welcome.
hours and 10 minutes into the
And
Artemis II
and
mission,
and you want
the
and
first
you
flight
want
of
to know
humans around the
what's
moon
even
in
funnier
over 50 years. And we are
about this
going
one?
to the
I
moon.
mean like
After a successful translunar
um
injection burn today,
okay,
we are
so
now
here we go.
over 19,500 miles away from Earth and growing closer to our lunar neighbor, now 222,000 miles away from the moon. The view on the left side of your screen is from Orion, a live view looking back at our home planet, that small dot. And down in the bottom right-hand screen, you can see Capcom Chris Birch wrapping up her Orbit 1 shift today, as well as Flight Director Jeff Radigan. They've been leading the teams throughout Orbit 1 and the translunar injection burn.
All right. All right.
Integrity, for your information, toilet is go for use. We're estimating about 5 more uses.
All right. Oh.
Copy that, and I have a question about the flywheel accelerometer.
Okay. Looks like toilet users. Looks like another one here. Toilet uses his here, I guess. Another 5 more can be used. Okay.
I'm opening the Orion Crew Seat Accelerometer version 1.10.5.0. I got a pop-up that came up that said, confirm disarm. The device is armed. Do you want to disarm it? Yes or no?
Oh. Oh. We have
Stay firm, Reid, you do want to
aerospace
arm.
troubleshoot here. Let's see.
Excuse me, you do want to disarm.
Do I I want to disarm it, yes or no?
Okay, and this is not that one joke that I read back in the comment before.
Reid, I think we stepped
Nothing
on
to
your
do with
hair. We
my
do want you to
video
disarm.
or even stream comment. It's more like I stumbled around random comments somewhere around YouTube. Okay, I actually encountered this one. Have you tried to deorbit and reorbit your satellite? Yeah, this one is actually a joke reference to the I don't know if you ever heard about this, but this is about the data center data center satellites. I can say if you ask me if you ask me about that, speaking about myself as a computer science student, I can say it's a pretty highly energy intensive and also even extensive amount of computing needed to operate even just one kind of server. And you want to tell us we should launch it into orbit? I, even I can say I can actually share some of the criticism about that approach. I even said to myself, like, even though I didn't do too much calculation of it, let's just say it's more like my mental approximation how the mission can looks like. I just like, huh? Are you guys really crazy? You want to put you want to put AI data center satellites into orbit? Are you crazy? We already have lots of trouble try to cool that down here on Earth, and you want to tell us we should launch it into orbit? That's just as good as trying to say we should send this nuclear waste to the sun. And the reason we don't do it because it's very costly and very expensive. But in the case of AI data centers, the reason why people don't really want to do that even till this day is that because cooling it is pretty hard. Even though you can throw how many kind of amount of money engineering about it, the I can say I can say if you really do have that number, it never lies. If I remember, I actually stumbled across the video from, I think you already know this man, the one and the only haha funny nuclear explainer dude, Dr. Kyle Hill. Yeah, he actually explains that if you really want to cool down using the radiator, you want to build how many you want to make how big the square meters, if I remember, the square meters of the radiator you want to make it, that's going to be way it's going to be around, even just for one server rack you want to launch on the inside one AI data center satellites. You really need that kind of um how many let's just use a football field measurement. It will have been around 5 to 6 football field just to accommodate one that AI data centers. We are not counting how many GPUs, but imagine if it's even just 1 kilowatt. Crazy. Do you know about the International Space Station, the solar radiator? Sorry, not solar radiator. It's something to do with the radiator plate there. That one, even they actually launch it. They try to unfold it. That full size of it, it's only can accommodate 20 watts of yeah 20 watts of it only can radiates out 20 watts of heat inside the International Space Station, something like that. Don't 100% quote me that on that stuff, but if I remember, that's around that ballpark of figure. And it's like crazy. I just like even I and most of us here think about what are they thinking. They think just because it's in space it's cold. No, even trying radiating it back to space, it's already tricky enough at that point. We are not even counting how many variation day and nighttime across the orbit. It's even tries to count of that. We are not even trying to count the temperature fluctuation cycle. We are not even counting about going to the daytime, the 100+ degrees Celsius, and then going back to the nighttime, another negative 100 degrees plus Celsius, and then we do the cycle over and over, and you can see more problem coming in, solution problem. And so far, we don't have the best kind of solution, unless you want, unless we want to keep polluting the space. I don't know. It- I already have complicated view with about about this approach. And yeah, like you said, KJ Racer, I hope they will see a UFO. Yeah, I hope they see them UFO and also them alien mouse there. I think if we can do that, watch as they will say NASA is covering up something else. But I hope NASA don't entirely try to cover that up, because the last thing I would like to hear is that they try to turn it into another clickbait news here and there. But it would been funny if we actually encounter a UFO and then UFO decided to just like, that's just some humans going to the moon. Just ignore them, bro. I hope that's the situation. And yeah, like you said, it's around the 500 yards around for the football fields, or around, I don't know how to even convert these to meters. Yeah, because we are using metric system here, but it's okay. I understand you guys still using the imperial system. I'm not here to thrashing around this system, because at the end of the day, try to do some conversion amount of it. It's tricky. That's it. It's tricky. It's already tricky, but well, whatever system you already know, at least you have already know. We just instead using that size. And yeah, and also forgot to mention the field size. From what I know from the context of you guys out there, football field size, if I remember, we have something called here, it's something closer, it should be called as rugby rugby field, something like that's basically our equivalent. If we try to mention the football here, football, it will be something like analogous, it will be translated to word there. So but I can say it's close enough that I can visualize how what you guys say. See if it's about the football field size. So it's not really out of question. I can understand that. Okay, and like you said, we might as well just hunt those A lemurs there out there. We might as well just do that. Yeah, so let me give you another funny one here. A mouse. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's see. What? Ooh, I thought we can get more funnier stuff, emoji stuff here, but let me try. Let me try. Let me try. Wow, there's no other one here. Oh, okay. Here we go. And yeah, as usual, this is a typical update. You can see there, and I don't know what to even say. So keep chatting. Don't worry about this one. Yeah, just keep chatting because I don't have idea. Space invaders. Okay. Space invader. Yeah, might as well become space invader. And speaking about the space invader, you want to know another interesting part talking about this space invader? If I remember correctly, back when I was a back when okay, talking about the
Go
accelerometer.
ahead, Reid.
Oh, flywheel accelerometer, huh? Okay.
It says to secure the two accelerometers, one to the flywheel, one to the hull. with the Velcro, but then also with Kapton tape, which is supposed to be with the accelerometers. I don't see any Kapton tape there, and my judgment is they are very well secured, so I'm not going to put Kapton tape over them. Let me know if you need me to change that.
Reid, that sounds like great judgment to us. That's no problem.
Oh yeah, that what I actually supposed to say. It's the Velcro tape. Yeah, the Velcro tape. That one what I supposed to say about the Apollo mission. Well, another well, my bad again. I need to correct myself again over and over. Yeah, because when it's about a bit about factual stuff, I cannot get this too wrong. If I get this too wrong, I will inevitably going to spread misinformation, and I don't want to be that kind of person. I mean, at the end of the day, this is why I'm doing a space flight stream, because I want to talk about this one as factually as I can, or while still have some kind of casual side dish chatting here and there. That's what I want to do. But when you got some of the facts wrong, for example, I remember yesterday I said there is 6 CubeSats to be deployed around the ICPS stages, but it turns out it's actually 4, and I forgot to recheck over and over again. So yeah, my bad there. But like you said, KJ Racer, yeah, close enough. Yeah, just close enough. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe I should invest another second monitor, or maybe another tablet, another iPad. iPad here probably at some point. I should just go and invest that part at some point, so I can fact check this in real time, because otherwise if I cannot fact check this stuff, it will be too hard. I mean, technically sure I can use my laptop here and just check that out, but there's also another problem. If I want to do that, let's just say I want to change the topic here from the OBS and whatnot. I want to do it quick enough. That's not going to happen. I will have I would stumble I would just I would have been very struggled try to change it too quickly. Yeah, so it's too bad. So I cannot change the source too quickly, or even the scene, so that's too bad. So that's why I don't know, maybe it's either I need to invest iPad Android tablet stuff, or maybe I need to improve, or just get good with my skill, I guess. Maybe that's a better solution in this case. I don't know. I would try evaluate between these two. Oh yeah. And yeah, I have an iPad and Android and iPhone. Ooh, you have 3 stuff. Nice. I wish I can get more than this one. But so far I only have Android phones here. Yeah, too broke to even get iPad and iPhone stuff. I don't know if I said it looks like I said something way too paradoxically. But it's more like I'm going to get Android tablet, something like that. Yeah, if I can too, because mostly the reason why I get the Android phone, Android tablet stuff is just because the platform are way more open in comparison to iPad and iPhone. But again, it's everyone else's preferences. iPad and iPhone, from my perspective, it's like it's not too bad. It does have some kind of good use case, especially if you really need some kind of apps not available on Android. You will use iPhone or even iPad, or maybe even both. Yeah. So I can say to each to everyone, if it suits you, I don't have any problem. And
Go ahead, Christina.
oh, BKD. Mm, PCD. Mm-hmm.
No joy with that action, and I also had Ike try it. Neither of us were successful getting it to respond in any way.
All right. So this one you are hearing Christina Cook, one of the
All right. Unfortunately, Christina,
one
that's
of
all
the
the troubleshooting I have for you for
Artemis II
now. We'll do some more
astronauts
thinking
in
and see
for
what we
this
can come up
mission.
with. But thanks for trying it.
Okay, so one of the troubleshooting apparently did not work. Okay.
I've got a question for you on the dual camera bracket config for transit. When I got to the threaded rods, just want to check with you. I was supposed to do 6 turns. When I get to 2.5 turns on all of them, I start to feel some resistance. I assume it's the helicoil. So do you want me to push through that resistance to 6 turns?
All right.
And as long as it's a reasonable amount of resistance would be the caveat.
All right.
All right, Jeremy, thanks for that report. We're going to check and get back to you. We think your approach is reasonable, but we're just going to verify.
Okay, standing by.
All right. Okay. So maybe KJ Racer and others, probably I should I'm not going to end the stream. I need to use toilet for a while though. I mean not for a while. It's going to be few minutes. Unavoidable stuff here. So sorry. We'll be back again.
This is Artemis Mission Control here at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. This is a visualization known as ARROW, the Artemis Real-Time Orbit website. You can access this at any time on your computer or device by visiting nasa.gov/trackartemis. And thanks to ARROW, we were able to see that we are now 22,000, almost 23,000 miles away from Earth, creeping up on the moon, now 219,000 miles away from our lunar neighbor. Teams in Mission Control Houston are conducting their handover with the flight director coming on console. We are now 1 day, 3 hours, and 34 minutes mission elapsed time of the Artemis II mission, a test flight and the first flight of humans aboard the Orion spacecraft. Those 4 humans, Commander Reid Weisman, Pilot Victor Glover, and mission specialists Christina Koch and Jeremy Hansen, are preparing for an upcoming public affairs event. They'll be speaking with media clients here on the ground, giving us a good look inside the capsule.
All right, so this is the view, and yeah, like you said, no worries. Thank you, thank you, KJ Racer, for subscribing to my channel.
Milestone today at 6:49
Really
p.m.
appreciated
Central
it.
Time when the OMS or Orbital
And
Maneuvering
yeah,
System engine ignited
this
on
is another
Orion,
one,
powering
another
the
view.
translunar injection burn. Until that time, we had been in a high Earth orbit, allowing teams time to check out the systems ahead of committing to sending the crew around the moon and also serving as their deorbit burn.
All right, all right, all right.
It was a successful burn. The crew continues to quickly depart Earth.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah.
We will see the closest approach of the crew on flight day 6 during their lunar flyby.
Hmm. All right. Hmm? Oh. KJ. Wait. So yeah. So because I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. But other than that, it's okay. That's how I try to pronounce KJ Racer. Okay, that's actually makes sense why. So I didn't connect it way too early, but it's okay. It's okay. That's literally who am I. Can't even change myself that much. I I'm very generally terrible with pronouncing something, unless mm, unless unless someone taught me how to properly pronounce that stuff. So yeah, okay. And probably also because yeah, because I can say literally almost no one, practically no one is here. Maybe also a good time for me to finally end this stream, but I'm going to do that around less than 10 minutes from now, and after that I'll just end this stream because I also have something to do as well behind the scene. So I hope you guys can excuse me for that. Tastes very good when you're already when you drink something, you know. All right. All right. Okay. So, or probably I can end this stream right now because even then I don't think we can get a bit more activities. But well, no. Let's do patiently, okay? We are not going to go out too soon. Just give it a little bit of chance. After that, I'll end this stream. Yeah, maybe I can check if there's any kind of update. Okay. Mhm.
Integrity, Houston, with some dual camera bracket install words for Jeremy.
Okay, before you go ahead with that, Chris, we're going to defer the toilet maintenance to after the PAO event, just FYI.
Okay, Jeremy, we copy. No problem. Are you ready for the dual camera bracket instructions?
Yep, go ahead.
All right. So another one here.
All right, we'd like you to give a little pull test on the fasteners and see if they're snug. It's possible there might be a little play in the system. But if they feel snug, they're not going to come out. You can continue installing the bracket per the procedure, leaving the number of turns as they are. We think we probably have a good enough fit.
Okay, there's
All right.
no wiggle in the fasteners. They do feel secure. I'll maybe give them another eighth of a turn because I stopped a bit
Mhm.
early to snug them up. And then I think that's it for this part of the procedure. I've secured the dual camera bracket to the hatch as described, and there was nothing else to do today. I just want to confirm we're on the same page. I'm just leaving it open.
All right. So that one, I believe. Sorry, excuse me. I believe the dual camera hedge part, probably something referring for the crew to take camera of the
Copy,
uh
Jeremy. That
take a
sounds
good
good with your
amount of the
8-inch
picture later
medium
on.
turn.
So
I think
just in
the
case
next activity
for
for
us
this
to get
will be, I
another
think, on
more view next time.
Nectar's
Yeah.
timeline.
Right.
But sounds like a good plan. Thanks for checking in.
All right. All right. Nice.
Okay, copy.
All right. So mhm. Okay. So another one here, and it's not going to be that long after this. Yeah, around 6 minutes time, I will end this stream. Because for me it's also appropriate time for me to just go and do whatever I need to do. And also forgot to
This is
mention.
Artemis Mission Control here at Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. Mission elapsed time 1 day, 3 hours, 43 minutes. Orion has completed its translunar injection
All
burn
right.
today
T plus
at
1 day, 3
6:49
hours and
p.m.
43 minutes
Central
into
Time
the
as the
flight.
start of the
Oh
burn. That was a
yeah.
5-minute and 50 second burn. The spacecraft and its crew, Reid Weisman, Victor Glover,
All
Christina
right.
Koch, and Jeremy Hansen, are now over 24,000 miles away from the Earth.
So this is
Lots of
the
movement in
Artemis
mission control right now
flight
as the
control
Orbit
room
1
here.
team is starting to step off console after a very momentous shift.
All right.
We remain
So
live for our coverage all throughout the mission, all the way until the crew is back home on Earth.
all right. So
Currently, the crew is setting up for their first
all
public
right.
affairs
So
event all aboard
already crew
Orion.
shift here, and now the other crew replacement is here for the another day. So
Today,
as
they
you can
also
see,
worked
some
on
of them
setting up the
already packed their
flywheel. This
bag,
is the
already
exercise device that they'll use inside Orion.
heading
It's
to their
essentially like a
home to
rowing
their
device. It
respective
allows them to
places.
do both aerobic
So
and
the
resistance training.
shift crew has already
The
initiated
entire unit
for
is about
this
the
one.
size of a suitcase, which is in comparison to over 4,000 pounds of exercise equipment on the International Space Station.
All right. All right.
The crew in Orion woke up at 1:35 p.m. Central Time today, and they're slated to remain awake until about 3 a.m. Houston time tomorrow, April 3rd.
All right.
Their sleep was scheduled to be interrupted last night by the perigee raise burn that put us in the proper configuration for the translunar injection burn. And with TLI complete, they will get the opportunity for a full night's sleep tonight.
All right. So oh yeah, and also forgot to mention that probably I might not probably I'll not going to stream the launch of the I don't know Amazon Leo or something like that. I don't know. Probably I want to. Probably I don't.
We are ready for the stream, setting up for the PAO event, and we'd love some help with voice and scene checks.
All right.
Okay, we copy. We're ready.
All right. So another update here. POA check here. Okay. Mm. Okay. So about that, I'm not 100% decided. Maybe I want to stream the launch of Amazon Leo LA05. I'm not sure if I should do it tomorrow or maybe I can bring it other times for the 06 instead. Okay. And also probably I can do a bit of brief uh just only small brief update of the Artemis II mission for tomorrow yeah, before the church service begins, so I might be able to do that. Okay, and that's it, another cruise ship here. Yeah, as you can see. And yeah, that's that. I don't think we have any more information, so I will end this stream. Um, I will end this stream right now, probably. I should do that.
Integrity Houston, we're still not seeing anything. Oh, just came on board. Okay. Just jumped the gun. Now we're seeing your video.
Oh, right. So there is video. What video is it? A video visual inside in inside the Orion, I guess.
Checking. Okay, Integrity. Good scene and good voice quality.
Okay. So looks like it. They are back again. Good scene and good voice quality. I believe this part actually correspond to the downlink data part. Yeah, I think they it's something related to this one. Well, yeah, already done. Oh, let's see in the past now. Yeah, live downlink event already done. Okay, so with that, I believe it's better time to conclude the stream. All right. So looks like I also already covered that part. Apparently we are in the good tide of the endurance stream there, here and there.
This is Artemis Mission Control. You are getting a live look on console as the Orbit 2 team has come into the mission control room. Near the top right of your screen is Flight Director Paul Kanya, joined by your new Capcoms for today. That'll be Mark Reagan and Sandra Moore. Capcom
Oh,
stands for Capsule Communicator, and that's the single voice communicating with the crew aboard Orion. They gather information along with the flight director and make decisions on what can be called to the crew to keep that communication streamlined throughout the day.
all right.
We
So
are MET, or Mission Elapsed Time, 1 day, 3 hours, and 51 minutes into the flight of Orion. Another big day for the crew as they completed the translunar injection burn, 5-minute and 50-second burn that committed them to flying around the moon on flight day 6 and returning back to Earth with a splashdown in the Pacific Ocean on flight day 10.
Mark, if it's possible, we would love to get fan speed down. You're going to be able to hear it over the PAO microphone, but also it's just very cold on this side of the spacecraft.
right.
Okay, copy.
Pilot Victor Glover calling down about turning down one of the fans in the spacecraft. We are coming up on
Oh,
a
turning down
event,
one of the fans. Okay,
capsule.
we are coming up on the public
Expect that
affair
PAO event to
event.
start in about 7 minutes.
Oh no, another one. Oh well, it's going to be another one here. Okay, I thought I want to end the stream, but a bit impossible when there's another one coming up. All right, 7 minutes then. Well, we'll see. Another one is coming up. Oh my goodness. Where I'm going to end the stream. Oh no.
Our 4 astronauts have been configuring the cabin and the cameras for today's public affairs event. The
All
crew
right.
module of Orion has 60% more cubic volume than Apollo.
Oh.
The spacecraft has 330 cubic feet of habitable volume.
Integrity Houston. Unfortunately, the fan speed is as low as we can go right now per flight rule, but you are welcome to try to adjust the direction of those diffusers above the hatch if that helps any.
Oh, that one is they try to adjust um the crew inside the Orion Integrity spacecraft tries to adjust the fan speed. Presumably they're not presumably they're practically talking about fan speed about just to adjust how much of the AC and cooling condition they can use, but
Crew
well.
continuing to set up for the public affairs event.
Oh, and apparently
The
on
living
the
space inside the crew module is about the size of 2 minivans and can be
oh
habitable
public
for 4
affairs
people
event.
up to 21 days
Oh,
without
let's
docking
go.
to another spacecraft.
Let's go again. Not going to be that long. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go.
After the PAO event, the teams here on the ground are timelining some exercise for the crew. Commander Reid Weisman was able to use the flywheel device earlier. Pilot Victor Glover will do the same after this event, as well as mission specialists Christina Koch and Jeremy Hansen.
All right, another shift another shift crew here. And now being replaced again. Yeah, look at that.
Checking in on Orion's distance from Earth, approaching 26,000 miles from our home planet, 216,300 miles away from the moon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Excuse me a little bit. I've got quite tired here, but it's okay because there's also going to be coming up public affairs event apparently. So yeah. If you excuse me, I really want to open the music here. Just want to hear. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. I don't want to double loop the song. So you guys can hear it instead. I don't know.
standing by for the start of the public affairs event. Crew aboard Orion is ready to speak with teams here on the ground.
Okay, so we are getting ready in. Okay. Because we want to get ready, I can try. I don't know. I would stop the music after this. So.
Integrity Houston, you ready for the event?
All right, so get ready for the event. Here we go inside the.
Houston Integrity, we are ready for the event.
All right, so let's go. This is Reid Weisman
ABC
actually.
News, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call Integrity for a voice check.
All right.
Integrity, this is Gio Benitez at ABC News. How do you hear me?
All right, nice.
Outstanding. We have you loud and clear. How about us?
I hear you loud and clear, and I truly cannot believe it. You are quite literally on the way to the moon right now and still speaking with us.
Oh, let's
Through
go.
your mind. I mean, this must be so incredible because have you allowed the weight of the moment to really fit in here? Have you allowed that to happen?
Well, first and foremost, we all wanted to give a shout out to our families first because we are pretty far from Earth and we have not gotten to
Yeah.
but there was a moment about an hour ago where Mission Control Houston reoriented our spacecraft as the sun was setting behind the Earth. And I don't know what we all expected to see in that moment, but you could see the entire globe from pole to pole. You could see Africa, Europe, and if you looked really close, you could see the northern lights. It was the most spectacular moment, and it paused all four of us in our tracks.
What
Oh.
has been most surprising to you about this so far?
Well, I think probably one of the things that surprised all of us is when those solid rocket boosters actually lit and we left the pad. It was just a moment of disbelief, and yeah, the fact that we launched, it just totally
Okay,
takes
Jeremy
you by
Hansen
surprise,
speaking.
even though you're expecting it. At least for me, anyway. And I just had a huge smile across my face.
All right.
Did it feel different? Because I can imagine that's such a powerful rocket that must have felt different for you.
All right, this one is Rise, if I remember correctly. The plushies, zero G plushies here.
Surprises was how smooth riding those solids
Inspired from
was.
the
We
Apollo
all
8
expected a really
Moonrise.
just
Sorry,
dynamic ride,
Earthrise.
a lot of
Sorry.
motion. We were prepared to potentially not being able to see telemetry, maybe even not being able to, touch switches, and it was very smooth. It was a definite difference when they separated and we were just on the main engines, but just a steady rumble and a great ride.
All right.
What do you want to tell Americans here at home who are watching this right now? They're quite amazed at the fact that you are speaking to us on the way to the moon right now. What do you want to tell them about this particular mission and why it's so important?
All right. So that's what you're hearing before from Christina Koch. And this one? Okay, and
First
this
and
one,
foremost, I would just like
Victor
to say
Glover.
thank you. Your support and trust in us has enabled this, and so many people that have worked for so long to make this possible. But also, we're just getting started. You know, we've worked really hard, and even though we were a little surprised to actually launch yesterday, we have a lot of mission left ahead of us. And so I really want to tell them stay tuned and keep tabs on what's going on. NASA's doing a great job of communicating all the things to come.
I can't even tell you how many cheers were there on the ground. I was there watching you all lift off from the Kennedy Space Center, and everyone was so excited, so happy, and that was just incredible. Jeremy, I know this is your first time in space, and you're surrounded by all of these space vets. What's it been like for you? This is your first
Actually,
mission?
Jeremy is not the first time in space. It's his second time. Yeah, correction. Because previously he's in the SpaceX Crew 1 mission. The first was the first operational crew mission, so that's that. So correction.
I wish I could have
And
got
yeah,
here. This is
nice.
such a tremendous place to be. The views are extraordinary. It's really fun to be floating around, and
And in
it
case
just
you want to
makes
know
me feel
why
like a
the
little kid.
communication, oh, never mind. Yeah, and
I
looks
heard that
fun
there was a
there.
little bit of
And
an
in case
issue
you
with
want
the
to know why
toilet. Which
the
one of you was the plumber?
okay, who's the plumber here? Let's see.
I'll take that one. I'm the space plumber. I'm proud to call
Space
myself
plumber.
a space plumber. I like to say that it is probably the most important piece of equipment on board. So we were all breathing a sigh of relief when it turned out to be just fine. It was just an issue, I think, of sitting for a long time and needing a little time to warm up, a priming issue. But we did originally think that there could have been potentially something fouling up the motor. And luckily, we are all systems go.
All right, all systems
Oh,
go.
I'm sure. I
Yeah.
can see the faces right there. Y'all are very happy about that. I see that you're very cozy in there. It's tight quarters, but it was also a little chilly, I heard.
Yeah, in case you want to know why the communication is a little bit delayed here, because you need to remember, by now,
It is quite cold, and yeah, we're wishing we had the lower temperature sleeping bags with us. But right
Alright.
before this PAO event started, I pulled my knit cap off, and I'm ready to put it back on. But Houston's been working with us to change fan speeds and temperature set points, and we've actually been able to warm it up a lot better in the last half a day or so. Our last nap before TLI, we got a lot more comfortable.
all right.
Well, that's a really interesting question. How is it that you take a nap in there? What does sleeping even look like?
Oh, okay. In case you want to know why the communication is a bit delayed here, because again, they are in space
Well, let's see. So
already.
we've been off
How
the
many?
planet for what, about 30 hours now, and we've had two
Already
very short
thousands,
naps. We actually just
thousands,
gathered
tens
for our
of thousands
first
of
meal
kilometers
together
by
in
now.
space. That is how busy we have been the
Possibly,
last
yeah. So
day and a
that's
half. It
why.
has been
So some
really
communication
an
delay is
amazing
pretty expected here,
beginning flight plan.
here
But
and there.
sleeping here is it's actually
Yeah.
sort of comical. Christina has been sleeping heads down in the middle of the vehicle, kind of like a bat suspended from our docking tunnel. Victor's been up where Jeremy is right now. He's got a nice little nook wedged in there. And then Jeremy
Oh,
has been stretched out on seat one, and I've been sleeping under the displays just in case anything goes wrong. It's more comfortable than you would think, and it's nice. It's nice to sleep in weightlessness again.
oh,
Every time I was dozing off last
sleeping
night, I had that
weightlessness
image that I was
turns out to
tripping off a
be
curb and
kind
I was
of
waking myself up. So my
uh,
body's getting reacclimated. It's been a few years since I've been up here.
kind of
I've
kind of
heard it's the
comfortable
best
here.
sleep up in
So
space.
yeah.
Do you feel the weight of history knowing that you're going to be traveling farther than any other human?
All right. So this one.
You know, it's a remarkable thing. You would think it would be weighty, but we just feel like we're lifted up by the team that supports us, and you just sort of execute the plan. A lot of people telling us how to work this and manage this vehicle, and a lot of great training, and you just kind of go step by step, which I think is pretty remarkable what this team can do, and it really highlights their excellence.
And I think
All
I just want to
right.
add, we just got done our translunar injection burn, and it was pretty tense moments there. It was pretty tense moments there for a second. And when we got done that burn, we just kind of looked at each other as a crew. We have been to the moon before in 1968 through 1972. It's been a long time since we've been back. And I gotta tell
Yeah.
you, there is
Good to be
nothing
back, yeah.
normal about this. Sending 4 humans 250,000 miles away is a Herculean effort, and we are now just realizing the gravity of that.
Yeah, nothing normal about this. What are you most excited about once you get to the moon?
Having just experienced incredible views of planet Earth and seeing the entire planet out the window in one pane, knowing that we're about to have some similar views of the moon in that same way is definitely getting me more excited for it. I knew that that is what we would see, but there's nothing that prepares you for the breathtaking aspect of seeing your home planet both lit up bright as day and also the moon glow on it at night with the beautiful beam of the sunset, and knowing that we're going to get similar views of the moon. I'm really excited for that. And then of course heading home. Right now we're in our cruise phase outbound, but we'll be turning our sights back on our home planet shortly. Shorter probably, it's going to fly by, but we're just excited for both of those milestones.
All right.
As you all know,
Nice.
there is so much division at home right now. What is it that you're feeling, and what message do you want to send to the American people about what you're seeing out that window?
All right. Let's listen in.
Well, the first thing I would say is trust us. You look amazing. You look beautiful. And from up here, you also look like one thing. You know, Homo sapiens is all of us, no matter where you're from or you know, what you look like. We're all one people. And so, you know, this mission, one of the things that's amazing about being around and just being in an astronaut, you know, serving our countries at this time is that we get to give ourselves a mission that we can hold on to say, hey, look at what we did for the rest of our lives. You know, we call amazing things that humans do moonshots for a reason, because this brought us together and showed us what we can do when we put, not just putting our differences aside, when we bring our differences together and use all the strengths to accomplish something great. And so this mission will give us one of those that we all can remember and hold on to for the rest of our days. And I hope people will tune in and give us a chance.
Integrity, what an honor to speak with you. Thank you so much.
All right. So that's what we are listening in for this public
Thank you for
affairs
being with us.
event. Yeah.
Integrity. This is Houston ACR. That concludes the ABC News portion of the event. Please
Okay,
stand by
ABC
for a voice
News.
check from Fox News.
Okay, ABC News part already finished, and now let's listen in from the Fox News side.
910 ready. Integrity, this is Trace Gallagher with Fox News. How do you hear me?
All right, here we go.
Hey, Trace, we got you loud and clear. How about us?
I've got you loud and clear. I want to explain to the audience that there is a 4-second delay, so there'll be some pause between the questions and the answers. Congratulations. How does it feel to be the first humans to leave Earth's orbit in some 54 years? Is there a difference in Earth's orbit and being outside the orbit?
All right, let's listen.
Well, we are still technically in Earth's orbit, although we did just do our translunar injection burn, and so we are definitely 100% on our way to the moon. The lunar gravity will take over in a couple of days here and start pulling us around.
Let the orbital magnetic law take place here instead.
We just really looked at each other, and I know the United States has done this 1968 through 1972, but this is unbelievable that we can put our minds to something and pull it off. This is an unbelievable technical accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, it really is unbelievable to us. We watched this thing. It was just this flawless launch, and it was unbelievable to watch. And what really fascinates me about this is that you, in a few days, will become the first humans to travel the farthest in space, more than anybody else has ever done. It took us a long time to get back here, and now we're about to exceed that. Is that a moment of pride? Is it a moment of history? How do we feel about that?
It's great you brought that up. We were aware that we would pass that milestone if we happened to launch on this date. There were other days where we wouldn't have necessarily. So we are not necessarily a crew that lives on superlatives, but it is a milestone that's important. It's important that people can understand and wrap their heads around what is the latest in what we're doing. What does this mean relative to what we've done in the past? What are we going to be pushing for into the future? We think that the journey that we've been on and all of our teams have been on with us is so much more than just one number. But we also hope that that number just keeps being exceeded and exceeded by the future crews. That's why we're here, to build a legacy for the future.
You know, it's interesting because yesterday, I mean, this thing went off almost perfectly, right? It was on time. Was that surprising? Because, you know, you look back just in recent history and missions tend to be delayed.
Obviously, previously they already said yes, surprising.
According to what everybody was hoping it would do. Was that somewhat surprising when they said we are a go for launch?
Yes. You know, it was surprising. I think we were, you know, we like to say that we're prepared without having an expectation. But, you know, in the back of your mind, you kind of hope you launch. And then when we got really close, it was like, wait, we're getting ready to go to space. And when those solids lit, you know, it was a ride where you're trying to be professional, but the kid inside of you wants to break out and just hoot and holler. But what I wanted to say about that was, our exploration ground systems
they're still playing around with the Rise zero-G indicator.
Since February, March, and really dial in their procedures and learn and grow. And so I just want to give them some credit. It was an example of how hard they've been working lately that we launched. And it even though we didn't get to really watch, but it felt beautiful.
Yeah, they should give themselves a big round of applause because it really, I know it felt beautiful. It certainly looked beautiful. Very quickly, Victor Glover, while I have you on the microphone, we are broadcasting across the nation, but we're focused. We're based in Los Angeles. And I thought since you were from Southern California, maybe you'd like to give a shout out to your friends and family here.
Oh yes, let's look at this one.
Oh, well, of course. My mom lives there, my grandparents, all the cousins, aunts and uncles, and just everybody in California. Thank you for all of the support and the love for all of these years. So many of my career milestones happened in that special place that will always be home, no matter where the government sends me.
Oh, yes.
How has it been? Yeah, how has it been on board now for your first night? I know you haven't gotten much sleep. They keep waking you up. They kind of send out the songs they are doing. And I hear, Christina, that you are somehow sleeping upside down or face down. Maybe you can explain that to us.
Oh, sleeping upside down.
Sure. Yes, it has been a great couple of days just learning how to live in Orion. And I would love to give a quick shout out to our families before we keep going on with the questions, just because we haven't had a chance to say hi to them, and it's just so great to have had their support building up to the launch, and we miss you guys already. Living in Orion isn't quite the same as being at home with our families, but yes, some of the exciting things are the burns that we do. They kick off with such an acceleration that most things that you see Velcroed around that aren't actually fastened down all fall down to the floor of Orion. But speaking of floors and ceilings, it actually is just all by convention only. There is no difference between up and down. And so, yes, I've been sleeping with my feet there and my head down here, and it's very comfortable. I think I'll probably stay there
that's
the
the
whole
power
mission
of
unless someone
weightlessness.
kicks me out. So
Yeah, with the
we're
zero-G,
finding
so
out how
that's
to make
it.
this space capsule a home.
Maybe we can hand it to Jeremy Hansen here. And Jeremy, you can
Interesting.
also say hello, give a shout out to your family. And I'm wondering, while you do that, if you'd like to tell us if there have been any glitches, any problems. I know we heard there was some kind of an issue with the onboard toilet, but beyond that, are we good so far?
Yeah, great to have a chance just to say thanks to my family and missing them, and for the support from Canadians back home. Really appreciate the opportunity to be here and do this. We did have another little surprise today. I mean, the vehicle is in great shape, and we feel like everything's going really smoothly. But on our way to the translunar injection burn inside of 20 minutes, we did get a warning message that, well, emergency message for cabin leak suspected, which grabs your attention because this is right when you're coming through some of the higher density orbits and you might run into something. And, you know, you go from 20 minutes to doing this burn where you're going to head to the moon to thinking about, are we going to cancel this burn, start getting in our spacesuits, and then trying to figure out how to get home in a day or less. And luckily, that was just a little anomaly, and the Houston helped us out. They confirmed they were seeing good cabin pressure, as were we on board, and we did the burn, and now we're on our way to the moon. Feeling good about Integrity. She's a good ship.
It's going to be fantastic. Reid
Yeah.
Weisman, you are the
So
commander of this
good thing
mission,
this
but
is
we'd
not
like to
April
give a
Fools,
shout out
you
to
know.
your family as well. And I'm wondering the responsibility. Does it weigh heavy on you? Do you feel like, you know, I'm just not going to go to sleep. I'm going to make sure that we do everything we need to do. What is it like to be the commander of something so historic and something that people have been waiting for so long?
Well, to answer that, I'm learning from my crewmates here. I'm flying in space with two of the most skilled astronauts that we have, most accomplished astronauts. And Jeremy, on his first day in orbit yesterday, was just getting the job done 100%. So my job here is pretty easy. Definitely sometimes you get a little bit nervous. There's a couple things that caught our attention so far, but it's going great. And my job is very easy. I am definitely getting pulled along by my crewmates. And then you gave me the opportunity. I'm taking it. Say hi to my family, my parent, my dad back in Maryland, and my brother probably heading home to Washington, and then everybody back in Houston. My daughters, my girlfriend, everybody's doing great back there. Thank you.
I guess really, lastly, what we really need to know is, are you happy so far with the food? Are you happy so far with the wake-up songs and the music? Any kind of request that we can make on your behalf while we get a chance to talk to Mission Control a little bit later?
Oh, okay. Interesting.
We just had our first meal together. That's how busy it's been. And this morning, our lead public affairs, Courtney Beasley, we heard her voice come on the radio first, and she introduced the songs and some amazing messages from the teams across this international program that have put this vehicle together. And we all agreed we would wake up slow and get into the day easy and quiet. And this morning, we all got up cheering and rocking and ready to go. It was the perfect way to start our day.
Yeah, well, you are making history. Reid Weisman, Christina Koch, Jeremy Hansen, Victor Glover. Congratulations to all of you. America, the world is with you. We are watching every moment.
Yeah, just like everyone here, we are supporting this mission. Yeah.
And along the way, thank you
I
for
mean,
joining us.
the kind of excitement I can say it's so electric. I just can't believe we were practically imagine. I consider it's like imagine Apollo, but in modern day. So that's it.
The event. Thank you.
All right, so already concluded the event from the ABC News and Fox News. Already done. Nice. Okay, and I guess supposedly that's it. Okay, if they don't say anything much, maybe we can also end this stream. Yeah. That's actually pretty good. What a good way to end this stream. Yeah, I expect myself to end this stream, but because they said, "Hey, we are going to do this PAO stuff, do you know, the public affairs event." So I just like, "Oh, okay. I'll I'll hold a little bit longer here." And looks like it's working. Okay, and I guess supposedly that's it. I'm not going to be that long. After this, I will end the stream because it doesn't looks like we have any more updates here. No more commentary here and there because otherwise we shall hear any more further detail after this. So yeah, this one we are not going to be this long. We will end this stream soon. And I think I can open the music here. Okay. So maybe let's treat this uh, kind of length of this music as the indicator. If this is if this already reaches at the end of this, then I will end this stream as well. I think I should use this music length as the indicator right now. Or I don't know, or maybe I can just end. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Mm. So mhm. Okay, looks like we don't have anything more. It's better for us to end the stream. Yeah, I rather just do this. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for watching. I'm Daniel Suguwa, your host today for the Orion Integrity spacecraft for this Artemis II crewed moon mission. We already saw how they are doing in a few hours. It's fortunately all goes well. We already saw that at T plus 1 day and 1 hour and 14 minutes until 6 minutes in at T plus 1 day, 1 hour and 20 minutes, the translunar injection burn already begun.
Houston for some PCD configs.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, first we're going to need to hardline PCD3 and prep for the PMC. And then second, one more Hail Mary to troubleshoot that PCD4. We'd like to try removing the SD card from the back behind the kickstand.
All right. So
And
this is a
repeat those
camera
steps
configuration
that you
here
took
then.
earlier, which was holding the power and up volume switches simultaneously for 20 seconds and trying to get an exit screen to come up.
Okay. So this one is to basically to troubleshoot and also get ready for the imaging around the lunar surface when they are going a bit near to the far side of the moon.
Right now, because I was going to use it for toilet maintenance, but I can use another PCD if you need this one hardwired right away.
All right.
Yeah, Jeremy, we do need PCD3 for the PMC, so if you could use another one for the toilet maintenance, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that'll be hardlined in the next 3 minutes.
Okay, copy.
All right. So I guess that's it. This wrap up the coverage for the brief update for today. So thank you so much everybody for watching. I'm Daniel Suga, your host today for the Orion Integrity spacecraft for this Artemis II crewed moon mission. Yeah, they are right now heading to the they are now currently heading to the moon after at the plus 1 day, 1 hour and 14 minutes up the 6 minutes burn, or precisely what precisely it's actually 5 minutes and 52 seconds from what we are here from what we heard on the on the press news
This is Artemis
conference.
Mission Control with a mission elapsed time of 1 day, 4 hours, 29 minutes into the Artemis II mission. We got a great look at the crew aboard Orion, also called Integrity. That was their first opportunity to talk with media back here on Earth and share with us what it's been like since they started their journey to the moon. It was a big day for the crew as we conducted and completed the translunar injection burn. This takes them out of high Earth orbit and commits them to flying around the moon and splashing down on Earth on flight day 10.
All right. So that's
The Orbit 1
basically
team has
the.
handed over to the Orbit 2 team, now led by Flight Director Paul Kanya. And therefore, I am also handing off to my colleague and friend Sandra Jones, NASA Public Affairs Officer, who's going to be on with you for Orbit 2 today. Our live coverage continues on NASA YouTube 24/7 all the way until the crew is safe back home on Earth. Thanks for watching, and I personally will rejoin you tomorrow morning.
Okay, so thank you. Just like the handover crew, shift crew, and also the NASA communication shift crew as well. I also should be going out. I plan to go out as soon as possible, but well, okay, there's interruption there, but it's okay. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody. I'm to wrap this up. I'm Daniel Suguwa, your host today for the uh, Orion Integrity spacecraft for the Artemis II crewed moon mission.
And good evening
Okay,
from Artemis Mission Control at
not again.
NASA's
Well,
Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. As Leah stated, I'm Sandra Jones, and I'm going to be continuing to bring you live coverage around the clock for this shift as we continue the historic crewed test flight of Artemis II, humanity's return to the moon for the first time in over 50 years.
all right.
At this time, now 1 day, 4 hours, and 31 minutes.
So let us know if that was successful. And then would you mind just telling us how you see the rest of the day's schedule going? We think we got a tiny bit out of sync with you.
Copy. Checking. Yeah, Jeremy. Copy on the hardline PCD3, and then what we expect is the PMC next when you guys are ready, and then immediately followed by the flight director crew conference, and then followed by exercise the rest of the day in whatever order makes sense to you guys.
Okay, copy that. And any leans on when we do the toilet maintenance from your perspective?
Oh, for toilet maintenance. So yeah, as well. This one, yeah. Okay, so this one should be Jeremy Hansen speaking. Okay, one of the four astronaut crews inside for this Artemis II mission. Other than Jeremy Hansen, there is Reid Weisman, Christina Koch, and also Christina Koch, and also Victor Glover for this mission. Okay, so this is it. Another again. Yeah, you can see the orbital trajectory
The
plot there.
Orion spacecraft with its crew of NASA astronauts Reid Weisman, Victor Glover, and Christina Koch, as well as Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen, are now 30,000 miles away from Earth following the completion of their translunar injection burn. That
Okay,
5-minute and
here we go.
50-second long burn, sending them on a round-trip journey to the moon.
Oh, interesting. Let's listen again if there's anything to be said here. All right. Before we properly concluding this stream, because supposedly I should also quick again, but should finally turn this stream off. But well, another interruption, so it's okay. Or maybe.
And
Oh yeah.
following that 5-minute and 50-second long translunar injection burn, we do have some updated statistics for you regarding the Integrity spacecraft and the distance that it will travel from the Earth. Integrity will reach a maximum distance from Earth of
5 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay.
statute miles, and this will surpass the Apollo 13 distance record by 3,366
So you can see
statute
this is the
miles.
visual here, and if you really want this kind of visual, you can also visit the NASA website, the AROW, Artemis real-time observation web app or website, something like that. You can actually watch this and interact with this in real time if you want to. Okay.
Copy, Reid. We are dialing now.
Okay, so waiting for another call there. Okay. And I hope we are not entirely being interrupted again. So I need to end this this as soon as possible after I've already finished my talk. You're only going to listen the call out, hopefully. So yeah, and now let's end this for real. Uh, I'm wrapping this up. So thank you so much everybody for watching. I'm Dennis Suguwa, your host today for the Orion Integrity spacecraft for this Artemis II crewed moon mission, where the TLI burn, the translunar injection translunar injection burn, the Orion departs from the Earth orbit toward the moon, happened at a T plus 1 day, 1 hour and 14 minutes, and it lasted on around up until 5 minutes and 50 seconds, so 10 seconds short, but actually still nominal, as long the burn is still all and well. At least they have another surplus fuel to go back to the Earth. And also at T plus 1 day and 3 hours and 48 minutes, the live downlink event start, and that's what you have already seen, including the public affair event. So that's why it's pretty important as well. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for watching, and take care. We will see you, if not on tomorrow for day 3 brief update. Maybe we are going to do it on the day 4 brief update, or I don't know. I'm still contemplating how do I want to go with this kind of schedule. So yeah, because tomorrow will be the Sabbath day, so that's why I need to think about this. So thank you so much everybody for watching, and bye bye. And I'll give you some chance to hear from this commentary, NASA commentary loop before we end this. So thank you, bye bye, and stay safe. Just listening. Oh yeah, and just listening to this oh my oh my they are talking at the same time as me, so just listening to this loop instead.
Additionally, on the docket for the crew
Okay,
during the
so that's it.
remainder of this Orbit 2 shift
Bye bye.
are exercise activities on the flywheel exercise machine that was tested out for the first time earlier today. Flywheel is a simple cable-based device for aerobic exercises like rowing and resistance workouts such as squats and deadlifts. It works like a yo-yo, giving astronauts as much load as they put into it, maxing out at 400 pounds. Following this, the crew will head into their pre-sleep period before getting some rest.
Okay, so additional note, they are going to do some kind of exercise as well before they are going for the uh for their pre-sleep period before they finally go to the sleep mode eventually. So yeah, because you're when you're in space, it's very different. You need to keep your muscles toned pretty well as well. Otherwise, you're going to have some space sickness and whatnot. So that's why pretty important. And yeah, I should end this right now. And I'm going to close my VC Face apps here, so you're not going to see my face anymore. So in three, two, one. Take care.
And if you're just joining us, you're looking at an animation of the Orion spacecraft. Integrity is now 31,000 miles from Earth and just over 211,000 miles from the Moon, traveling at a speed of 7,820 miles per hour. We did have a successful translunar injection burn earlier today, that 5-minute and 50-second burn, sending Orion on the path to the Moon. Additionally, this burn set up the Orion spacecraft and its crew to travel the farthest distance from the Earth that any human being has ever before. The maximum distance that we expect Orion to travel is 252,021 statute miles. And you're looking at a live view of the Orion spacecraft. The large engine that you see in the center of the Orion spacecraft on the bottom of the service module is the Orbital Maneuvering System engine. This was built by Aerojet Rocketdyne and was the engine that was used today for the translunar injection burn. Again, that 5-minute 50-second burn, sending Orion on its way to the moon. This is a repurposed Space Shuttle Orbital Maneuvering System engine that has flown in space before. This engine flew on the Space Shuttle Atlantis on several missions, including STS-101, STS-98, And just to continue with the times that this Orbital Maneuvering System engine has flown on Space Shuttle Atlantis, that is STS-101, STS-98, STS-104, STS-108, STS-109, and STS-110.
Interesting fact, isn't it? That's what you want to hear. That's why I said it is a space shuttle derived OMS engine there, but quite refurbished version of it. So that's it. Bye bye. Enjoy the view of the Orion spacecraft here, looking at nothing at this point. At this point, the vastness of space. That's it. Bye bye.